The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
The biggest, most outrageous online show in Philippine history.
20 million fucking downloads.
Interactive in 35 countries. Mo is back with a vengeance in Season 2. Bigger, better, badder.
Let's start off with an international call. Yesterday we took a call from India. Tonight it's Canada.
Nice.
Let's go to Ireland. Where in Ireland are you?
Well, I'm in Dublin.
Some people say that I'm a bad guy. They may be right.
Let's go to Afghanistan. Holy shit, are you fucking really in Afghanistan?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Florida. What's up?
I just found your show today, and I think it's great.
Live from Hollywood and at the Beyond the Box Studios in One Rockwell, Makati. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, Season 2. The Bigger, Better, Badder podcast. Your questions about love, life, sex,
And more sex.
are all answered and occasionally made fun of here. And now, the man who loves women and dudes, but not in the same way. The Philippine genius, DJ Mo Twister.
Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. As you can tell right now, I'm not Mo Twister. Mo sends his regrets. He can't be here today. And we wish him, the best in what he's dealing with right now. And hopefully everything works out for him. But to make things better, because I know you guys don't want to stare at my ugly mug again for another 2 hours, we brought back somebody who had some great insight in the last show. Plus, not only that, we got a lot of good, positive feedback from the shit you were saying.
Wonderful.
So, everybody, Kat Alano's with us now to help us, she'll answer questions. Thank you so much for coming back. It was kind of last minute. I called. I was like, hey, can you come and help? Because fuck, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do there by myself. So thank you so much for taking the time.
No problem.
And I know you have a busy schedule and everything. In fact, you were supposed to schedule something this afternoon, which you kind of dropped.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
See, what an awesome woman. What an awesome woman. But let's talk about that. What is it? So you are actually working right now on an album.
Yes, I am. I have a new group. Actually, I was talking to Mo about it the last time I was here. It's called Decibel, and it's kind of a new funky sound. My producer's a drum and bass guy, and I am a jazz, R&B, opera, classical music type of person.
Jesus
and
Christ.
So we've put ourselves together and made this new, different sound, and we're going to release our first 4 songs at the end of this month, hopefully.
Okay. How does that work? Is it, these guys are basically session musicians that you picked up, or no, this is a band, this is your band, every time you go out there on stage these are the guys going to be backing you up type of thing? Or?
I guess you could say we're kind of an electronic group because they're both DJs. My guitarist and my drummer are both DJs, and they're producers as well, so it's like electronic music, but then when we gig they play live instruments as well, so we're kind of mixing it up a little bit.
Okay.
And
right.
yeah, that's how it works.
And it's not going to suck, right?
I try my best not to suck at anything.
There you go. Awesome. Okay,
except the good things.
We're gonna kind of do things a little bit different. This show, I mean, I know it's Mo's show and everything, but fuck, I'm sitting here, man. Might as well switch it up a little bit. We're gonna be talking about stuff, and every now and then. But we're also still gonna be taking your calls, so please send in your calls. We are taking it. The number is 478-7954. Call us up and we'll do our best to try and fix your shit. And also you can send us a text at 0927-360-0485. Fuck, that's a lot of numbers. Text us and we will call you back, right? That's what we're going to do.
Awesome. I like that.
Cool.
Give us your shit. We'll fix it for you.
Yeah, give us your shit and we'll fix it. So let's talk about you for a bit, okay? Holy Week coming up. What the fuck are you going to do?
I forgot it was Holy Week, to be honest with you. So I haven't really planned anything. I think I'm going to go home, though.
What's home? Where's home?
Batangas City.
Okay.
And
wow,
go
good
hang out
luck,
with the
man.
family.
It's gonna be murder. I don't blame anybody that does not leave Manila on Holy Week.
It's actually really peaceful when everybody leaves the city and you stay.
No, I know. That's why I love staying in the city. Exactly. Go anywhere. It's all good. You do whatever you want to do. There's not a single line in the house. Nobody's got a problem. Fuck, it's brilliant. You go out.
No traffic.
Yep. Where do you usually go?
Where do I usually go if I'm
do you
here?
usually do something? No, I mean, when you
for
go
Holy
out of
Week?
town, do you usually have a place? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I like to go to new places all the time. So I usually end up like hitchhiking with people, going to somewhere random like Zambales or somewhere in Batangas, or sometimes even as far as Palawan,
Nice.
stuff like that.
Nice. Davao, you just came back from Davao. How
Yeah,
was that?
I did. I went to Davao. It was really nice, actually. It was the first time that I got to experience Davao, like on a vacation basis rather than having to go there for work. I've been there, been in a hotel, gone to work, hotel, and then home again. So it was nice to see more of Davao this time.
I am actually going to Davao this weekend. We're actually doing a fundraiser show. I can't remember what the hell the name of it is for the hell of it. But
Okay.
we're going there. We're going to be doing it's one of those. It's a fundraiser thing for Davao because of all the calamities that they've been having and everything. So
absolutely.
I don't know if anybody sees something on it and our name's there. Then yes, it's true. We are playing. So go watch. It's going to be great. There's a lot of bands and
Awesome. And that's this weekend?
That is this weekend.
And everybody should support. Yes.
Everybody should support, yeah. And then we also have a single out. It was on the newspaper. Again, I don't know anything about it, but it was on the newspaper. I'm such a fucking great, diba? It's on the newspaper, and all the proceeds, you download the song, the money you paid when you download it, I think it's like $1 or something like that, goes straight to that as well. So,
nice. Everybody support. And what's the song called?
I believe it's called Ang Bagong Dugo sa Lumang Ugat. I think that's the song.
All right.
Again, I have no fucking idea.
You'd be a great secondhand car salesman. You know that.
I know, right?
Wonderful. I think that's your next career choice.
Horrible. Anyway, another reason why Kat is here is because we're actually going to be launching a show on this network pretty soon, man.
Yes, we are.
Yep, and it's not just going to be me and her. There's one more. Who's it?
Yes, it's going to be my ex-co-host from MTV before. His name is Sib Sibolo. And he's super awesome, so he's going to be joining us.
Yeah, met him the other day. Yes, very awesome guy.
A little bit nuts, a little bit crazy.
And what's the plan, man? What are we going to be doing on that show?
Lots of weird, random stuff, and talking about sex a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, things like that.
And this is like a no-holds-barred show. It's not going to be something that's like, well, we got to watch what we say and all of that.
Today we're going to talk about the benefits of playing golf for a 50-year-old man. No, it's going to be no holds barred and no sensitivity allowed. If we have any guests, they're going to have to leave their sensitivity at the door because we're going to go down and dirty and talk about whatever we want to talk about.
That's right.
Nothing is off limits.
Speaking of which, do we have a name for this damn thing or no?
I don't know. We were thinking about the dirt.
Okay.
But
it's still up in the air?
It's still a little bit up in the air. So, if anybody has any suggestions, we're very open.
Send them in.
Tweet.
By the way, we are fucking drinking on this show today because, it's one of those things. Can I teach them?
Of course you
drink
can.
real
Please
quick?
do teach them how to drink.
This is one of my favorite drinks ever. And I've actually sponsored this drink. Not sponsored. Well, I do. But on my other shows, we've had this drink.
Okay.
In fact, I love it so much that every time I do a show, this is what I drink.
Okay, and what's it called?
It is called the Jungle Juice.
Jungle Juice. I
Yep.
love how everybody has these
Jungle
funky names
Juice.
for
That's
things that
it.
they like to drink.
You get rum, you mix it like a normal rum Coke, okay?
Yep.
I've taught people this in the past.
Put rum in glass.
Put rum in glass, preferably with ice, and then you put Coke to your preference.
Add Coke.
And then, this is the magic part. It is called banana liqueur.
Okay.
My friends, banana liqueur makes all the... It sounds gay, but fuck it. Do a little of that. Make that baby gerfy a little bit. Cheers.
Finger your drink.
Finger your drink, and then cheers.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Wonderful. It tastes really good, actually. Banana liqueur is nice.
It is, right? Not something that you would usually think, now, hey, you know what? I'm going to get some drinks. I'm going to pick up some banana liqueur. No, not something you usually do.
No, not usually on my shopping list. I have to
No.
admit that. I don't usually put potatoes, banana liqueur. It's never the next thing on my list.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about other things. What are your plans after you record this thing?
One of my plans after I record, well, I want to release a bunch of the songs on the internet and everything, and then, kind of go from there, gig a lot, and I'm collaborating with a bunch of people as well, like the guys from Flip Top, Abra, and Looney. I'm collaborating with them at the moment, so I'm kind of working on all angles of this music thing, and just kind of going from there,
So in other words, anything is open. But how about traditional now? I guess you're kind of, nowadays it's kind of hard to rely on the traditional ways of getting your music out there.
Yeah.
Right? You really got to be thinking of all these new things that you got to do and all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the YouTube stuff. I mean, you do have to cover all angles when it comes to the music, the social media, the videos, and all of that stuff. So we have a lot of plans coming up with that. So
how far or how advanced do you have to think of these things? Being an artist nowadays, 2013, the industry is shit. Somebody out there is trying to form a band or trying to start, getting into a musical career. How far ahead do they have to be thinking nowadays?
I think that the thing that people forget is that when you want to be an artist, you really have to look ahead into the future and be planning for everything, because people get so caught up in the hype of, oh, I'm an artist, this is how I act, this is how artists act, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and there's no real purpose to it except to kind of make a little bit of noise here and there, but there's no long-term plan for it. You have to be really aware of the fact that you have to know where you want to go and be able to make it there and beyond that as well. Mm-hmm. So I guess you kind of have to dream even bigger than you're already dreaming. You have to go even beyond that first step of, hey, we have a band, hey, we make music, it's great. You have to be thinking about your longevity if you really want to make it.
And kapal.
Yeah.
I think right now, these days, you got to be more thick-skinned than you were back in the day.
Absolutely.
The whole getting on stage and being, thanks. But,
that's the thing. People think it's all about just the attitude nowadays, which, will only get you so far. So, I think people need to think about it for long term. You really do have to have a thick skin. If anybody gets sensitive around me, or you work with musicians who get hurt if you want to change something that they did, or you have a different idea from what they did, and I'm thinking you can't really be sensitive in a thing like music, because if you're trying to create an amazing sound, you have to be willing to compromise, and change it up and be willing to evolve at all times. Exactly.
Adapt is the biggest
Evolve
word.
And adapt. Absolutely. Because if you don't, then you're just going to get stagnant really fast. The music industry is one of the fastest moving industries in show business.
Yeah.
Even movie stars last longer than some musicians do. You know what I mean? So.
And not only that, you are also doing other things like, man, there's so much shit going on in your life. We were talking earlier, and Kat was saying she is into the whole public speaking thing.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Well, because I've been a host for 10 years, so I've been teaching how to host. I've been giving teaching workshops or seminars on how to be a host, like audition hosting, how to host on stage behind camera, how to interview people, that kind of stuff. And
projection, confidence.
Absolutely, all of that stuff. And I kind of want to move into the public speaking teaching as well, because I feel that there are so many people who work in companies who need to be able to speak to their employees,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And they have to be inspiring. I mean, if you look at all the leaders in the world, the one thing that they all have is public speaking. And that's what gives people confidence, makes them want to trust them. It's so important. And I feel that if people don't know how to project themselves well on stage, or how to reach people by talking to them, they miss out on such a huge connection with who they're working with. So,
in short, it's a fucking downer, folks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're there trying to inspire. You stand in front of your people and you're trying to inspire them, and you're like, you're telling them what the company's going to be doing in the future and where we're going and why we're laying off 12,000 people and so on and so forth. And if you're doing it like, because it ain't going to happen, right? Everybody's going to be like,
this the payment of the
yes, a lot of and all. It's like, I'm going to go home and slit my fucking wrist.
Right? I'm going to hang myself on that noose over there. Just see you later.
Right. So that's important. And where do you do this, and how do people get involved in it, and how do people, like, let's say I'm at home and I'm like, well, fuck, I want to talk in front of people. What do they do?
Well, actually, they can get in touch with my agency, which is W Talent Management, W Talent Agency. And also, they can tweet me if they want, and I can send them information on how to get in touch with me.
And you got one coming up again.
Yeah, I do. I have a hosting seminar coming up after Holy Week that I'm teaching, too. So.
All right. Well, there you go. And not only that, she's also a great fucking answerer of fucking questions.
Yes.
Right? You like solving people's problems. You take them on. You take them serious. And you fucking do it, right?
Yes, I do.
We got anybody on Skype over there? Someone on Skype? Okay. Well, People come in. Call us up, 478-7954, or text us on 092-73600-485, and we'll get back to you, and we will fucking solve your problems. All right? You got that? Cool. All right. Musical show and tell. Like I was saying earlier, I wanted to do this kind of different. I wanted to make it, more or less kind of segment-ish, Not just the whole, get on the show and just do everything. I was on this old show before where we kind of did that, and I thought it'd be cool to just bring a little bit of that back. And I wanted to talk about, especially OPM. I love OPM. I'm a big supporter of OPM. I think everybody out there should start supporting OPM, and not just doing it in a way that's just like, oh yeah, I'll just, but actually doing it from the heart, and actually going out and buying stuff and in fact, fucking albums. If you're gonna download an album, fine, go ahead. We can't stop you, and it's so easy to do that. Go ahead and do it. But go and at least watch the band, live, of the album that you just downloaded. I think that would be a better thing.
Absolutely, and I think that it's such a shame if people don't support OPM because, excuse me, we do have so many incredible talents in this country, and so many of them get ignored, and a lot of other stuff that should probably be ignored gets noticed. Mm-hmm. And it's
you're right. You're right,
really
and it's usually because of cheap thrills and stuff like that. Well, that everybody needs support. Everybody should get support. That's what I say. So anyway, I wanted to talk about an OPM album. I just bought this thing, actually. This album right here, The Octaves. You ever hear of this?
No, not yet.
The Octaves. Everybody get this thing. It's fucking great. I love this album. It's actually Eli Buendia's new band. And shit, I can't, it's like, it's like they took it back to a little more old school sound, rockabilly, there's even country in it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which I was kind of surprised because, when you think of Filipino music, the farthest thing that comes to your mind is country.
Yeah.
And there's like a song in here that's like country and basta. Get this album, The Octaves, man. It is a fucking genuine, bona fide classic. And
I kind of like it when people do some experimental stuff with, say, like country and things like that and explore different genres because everybody kind of went into the whole electronic sounding, dance, house music kind of phase. And I like that people who really wanted to do different music branched out to completely different genres that aren't necessarily the most popular. I mean, country's always popular, but you know what I mean? Something different that we haven't heard before out here.
Yeah.
And kind of made it their own sound and tried to do that as well. So I really have respect for people who do that.
When you say, okay, now your music, you were talking about that earlier. It's electronic and, you have all this drum and bass and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. What, how do you say it? Like, what is the tying point to it all? I gotta tell you, though, this girl's voice is something else. We went out, when was that? Like 2 days ago or 3 days ago or something like that. We went to this place and I was drinking with some friends of mine from a long time ago, and you disappeared. You went and did your thing, and she was gone, right? So cool. We were just talking, and then all of a sudden this music comes on. It's like like that, and then there's this person singing, and I didn't fucking put two and two together. I just thought, oh shit, okay, that's the track. I thought that was the fucking track. And then I turn around and there you are with the mic and you're like, it was awesome, man. Your voice is something else, man.
Thank you.
It's really good. Something, listen or keep your ears,
open.
Yeah, open for the album. Do you have a title already?
No, not yet. We're still thinking about that. I'm terrible at naming things. I have no clue what to name anything. I'm going to have children and call them cheese and bread. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. So back to albums. Do you have any albums that you could recommend?
I really don't do albums. I'm terrible with names of anything. I just listen to songs. I just keep listening to different songs.
You're one of those iPod people.
Yes, I am, actually.
God damn it. That's one of the things I hate about the 2000s. It's like, we lost the album generation, you never got into the whole you buy an album and you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I did, but I was a kid and I was listening to like Michael Jackson and stuff like that. That was my thing. Or the Carpenters, actually. I bought the Carpenters album.
Okay.
I really like that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those albums.
Yeah, see.
I'm talking about like
it's completely different.
cool albums. Did you ever buy cool albums?
I had a very sheltered childhood. I wasn't allowed to buy albums.
What are we giving away today? We got an iPhone 5 up for grabs. What else? Okay, we got some gift packs.
Okay, so we got an iPhone 5 and a couple of gift packs. So we need you guys to call up.
Yeah, man, call us up because
and,
shit.
We're going to solve your problems.
We are trying, we're dying to fucking call you guys.
Promise.
Fix your shit.
And if you guys have the best story, what we do is we'll pick you to be the winner of the iPhone 5 or whichever one you tend to pick, right? It's the bag choice thing.
Yes, it's the bag choice. So we put 3 bags on the table, pick, or whatever.
So how do they call us up again? What was the numbers?
Numbers 478-7954, or you can text us at 092-736-00485, and we will text you back or call you back. Oh yeah, and send your questions through Skype, man. At Good Times Podcast. The Good Times Podcast. Yeah, there. All right. Back to you.
All right, back to me.
I have a question
Back to
about
you, John.
the whole I have a question about the whole man, this is one thing that bugs me, man. The whole did you ever call yourself VJ?
Yes.
But did you do it like everywhere you went? Oh, yes, I'm VJ this, VJ that.
Oh, no. I never called myself that. Unless I was on stage for an event, then I'm like, okay, I'm VJ Kat.
Because that's what you had to be representing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I didn't walk around going, hi, I'm VJ Kat.
Yeah.
This just sounds really pretentious.
I couldn't stand those whole days. Fuck. Anyway. It was like before everybody was a DJ and then, no. Everybody was a VJ and then everybody became a DJ.
Actually, that's what happened to me. I was a VJ and then I became a DJ. So
then you became a
absolutely.
DJ?
I did. Well, not a DJ like a spin-it-up club DJ, but a radio DJ.
Okay. But did you like take yourself like seriously DJ like that? Like, oh, I'm DJ.
Well, I was on a radio show for a year and a half, so kind of had to be a little
like
bit
me,
serious
okay,
now.
this is me. I guess my whole point would be if it was me, I'd just be Basti.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
No. I mean, that's you, right?
Yeah.
So that's good.
I guess it's a stupid point. I thought I had a moment to go to with it, but it was like, fuck, no. It again. All right. We're going to take a commercial break right now. And then when we get back, hopefully we'll have a fucking call. You sons of bitches out there, man. We're giving away shit. Call and we'll fucking fix your shit.
Yeah.
All
And
right?
I'm really good at the problem stuff.
She
I
is
promise.
awesome at the problems, man. Awesome. All right. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
There are text friends. Always on call friends. Not just Facebook friends. Bring them all together with Go Only 30 from Globe Prepaid. Go call, go text, go share. For only 30 pesos a day, don't just get a network of friends, go get a globe of them. Go make it happen with Go Only 30. Go lang ng go!
Hey podcasters, Mo here. You ever watch the podcast, right? And you're sitting there and you're looking at our female celebrity guest and you're looking at her skin and you're like, wow, I'd love to have that complexion. Well, your answer is this. Glutamax, the official skin whitening partner of Miss Earth International. Available in capsules, soaps, lotion, deodorant, and face cream. Bikutis Mayaman with Glutamax. It's available in leading drugstores and supermarkets nationwide.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Were you the one who posted, James, regarding the guidelines when it comes to checkpoints?
Yes, I was.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I just made it up, but I thought it was. This time of year, right? Elections. You never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Okay, children, do not follow this at home. I'm just kidding. Just so you know your rights. If you do get stopped by a checkpoint,
you are not. We're able to verify all of these, James.
You're not allowed to run over them. That didn't make it here, so technically. Now, number 2, upon approach, slow down. I guess that counts as not running them over. Dim headlights and turn on cabin lights. Okay.
Cabin lights.
Mm-hmm. Lock all doors of vehicles. during inspection, since lock.
They might get pissed off because you're locking.
But that's the thing.
Okay.
This is where they get you, and this is actually, I know we're making fun of it a little bit, but this is a serious issue. We've seen some people genuinely harassed. Drugs are planted, and other things, you know. A Justin Bieber CD is planted, which is even worse.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I've heard of that, you know. And there's no defense for that. There's really no defense. Yeah, it's like, but Your Honor, we found this. Throw the book at him. The CD as well.
Then after that you have to submit your cell phone and everything. And next thing you know, you have a Justin Bieber ringtone.
Catch James Deacon and the boys on Counterflow Wednesdays, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Hey, Mo Twister here. All right, podcasters, listen up because this is really, really important. Major Homes brings you unique and creative developments, giving you a real chance at a sure, affordable, and hassle-free investment. Invest in your future today. Call 0917-517-4287. Major Homes is here.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry.
Okay, it's coming. Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
Podcasters, listen up. Big announcement. The Chevrolet Sonic is a dependable 5-seater subcompact vehicle, and it delivers sufficient power, fuel efficiency, refined ride and handling, and a remarkable entertainment system. The Sonic is the perfect Chevrolet vehicle for those who are looking to make their daily city commute or weekend getaway drives more fun and exciting. It comes in 2 great body styles, the 5-door hatchback and a 4-door sedan. Equipped with a new 1.4-liter Ecotec engine with double continuous variable cam phase, that's CVC, the Chevy Sonic provides efficient power and quality driving performance. Now, to further highlight the youthful, sporty, and fun characteristics of the Sonic, Chevrolet has equipped the compact sedan with high-tech convenient features such as Bluetooth connectivity and audio streaming capabilities that are commonly found only on high-trim compact sedans. The Chevrolet Sonic is available at all Chevrolet dealers. It comes with a Chevrolet 5-year warranty, 3-year free roadside assistance, and the services of a 24/7 Chevy hotline.
Hi everybody, I'm Bianca Valeria. I'm Julia Snigowski. I'm Trisha Santanera. And we are the girls of 20. Okay, so you have to be wondering what on earth is 20? Exactly, so find out every Sunday night, 8 to 9. Hang out with us. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun. Girls, boys, boobs. Okay, boobs. Boobs, you say boobs. Of course, yeah.
Sure. You can call us. We will be giving you a phone.
We want to talk to you guys too.
Yeah. Eventually, the phone number will come.
But since in the meantime we can't figure out the whole podcast thing, figure us out. But we're trying to figure out boys. Figure us out.
We ourselves out, so we know what's going on.
Exactly. Okay. Anyway, our first podcast is this Sunday at 8.
Yeah.
Please join us because we're all here.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Are you ready to get your game on? Chevrolet Philippines brings to you the Chevrolet Sonic, a sporty and stylish subcompact car that has a 1.4L Ecotec engine with 6-speed automatic transmission that provides dependable speed, power, and fuel efficiency. The Chevrolet Sonic is also equipped with high-tech features such as steering wheel-mounted audio controls with USB, auxiliary, and Bluetooth, full audio streaming connectivity. The Sonic is available in hatchback and sedan variants. Dare to take on life's challenges head-on and complement your A-game with the all-new Chevrolet Sonic. Visit your nearest Chevrolet dealership or log on to www.chevroletsonic.com.ph to check out the all-new 2013 Chevrolet Sonic. Game on, everybody! There. That was one of the hardest fucking things I ever read in my life, man, I gotta say.
Really?
Yeah, man, look at that. It was like fucking... But I must say, that car looks nice. Have you ever seen the Chevrolet Sonic?
I think so.
Yeah, it was the one in the.
I'm a fan of
ad
Chevrolets. I like that.
Yeah, man,
a lot.
it's nice.
They're cool.
It's a compact car. It's nice,
Yep.
especially nowadays. You need that. We were talking over the break. Can you fucking imagine, everybody, if this beautiful person did not come today? My God, I'd be in fucking such hot water. I'd be like, oh.
You know what, though? I think, and I was actually telling you about this before, that one of the things that people need to know about you is actually about you. I don't think that anybody ever talks to you about who you really are, to be fair with you.
No, honestly, no. Nobody ever wants to know about me.
I think that the thing is that everybody just, knows you as Wolfgang and this, you're a rock star pretty much. So everybody's a little bit intimidated by you, but not by any fault of your own, but because rock stars are built in with that kind of thing that you're a scary, scary person because you probably have
Because I growl a lot.
Yes, you growl a
and
lot.
I have emotional issues.
You're probably kind of mad sometimes, that kind of image. And I don't think that's fair. I have hung out with you and chatted to you, and I think that people need to see a different side of you.
Well, that's why we're going to do this fucking show.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and
man.
that's where we're going to go with it. We're going to show the other side of Basti.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. You're going to come out of
gonna
your shell.
We're actually starting this thing in April.
Yes, we are. We're starting it in April with Sib, and it's going to be kind of messy, I think.
Which is the best way to be, man. Messy, free for all. We are also going to take calls if somebody decides to call. For that show, right? Which we still don't have a fucking title for. Homework.
I suck at that. I told you already. I don't know how to think of names. I told you.
So anyway, we'll do that. If somebody calls, and then we'll fucking do whatever you want. Not do whatever you want, but if you call saying, hey, I got a problem, then we'll try and fix it. If not, then, we can make you Alaska or whatever you want us to do.
Okay, well, let's give them a taste of it now. If there was one thing that you wanted people to know about you that they don't already know.
Whoa! Okay, so that's what that whole thing was. That's like the thing. Okay.
Yeah,
That's the segue
if you
into it.
wanted
All right,
to
ready.
be known as something other than Wolfgang, Basti, rocker guy, scary man, don't talk to him because he might hit you in the face with his microphone, what would you want people to say or think about you?
To know about that I'm a family man, that I have 2 kids. We're the fucking cutest goddamn things in the damn world. You gotta see these girls.
Girls, boys?
2 girls.
2 girls.
Twins, yeah.
All right. Twin girls.
Twins, man.
Oh, you're going to have fun when they're teenagers.
I know, I'm waiting. I'm
Good
just waiting
luck.
for the day they turn 13. I've already got it planned out, okay? On the day that the boyfriend comes,
yes,
I'm going to have all my roadies come to the house.
Yeah.
We're all going to sit in the front of the house.
Yeah.
With one of those fucking the dama sets that's made out of tansan. We're all going to put gin bulag on the table, and we're all going to dress without our shirts, and we're just going to be like this. And we're just going to wait for them to come in, and we're like, ikaw ba? Susunduin mo na. Sige. And then I'm going to have all of them get up at once and walk the dudes into the house. It's all fucking planned, man.
It's like your own version of the Bad Boys 2 scene where they're waving around the gun.
That's exactly it. When I saw
everybody has their own version of that. Everybody has their own version.
When I saw that fucking Bad Boys scene, I was like, yes, I am going to do that so much. Plus, it happened to me.
Okay.
With my wife.
Nice.
I said the whole gun
You got
thing.
ambushed.
Yeah, man. I got the whole gun thing. I get to the house. I remember it was New Year's, right? And as usual, we're supposed to leave at 9:30, and I get there at 9:30, and Risa isn't ready at 9:30.
Okay.
She's still in the bathroom, so I'm
Women
sitting in the
generally.
living room. Yeah, Risa's my wife, by the way, for you guys
Filipino
who don't know.
time.
Yeah. So she's doing her thing, and I'm sitting in the bathroom, in the living room.
I was going to say, you're sitting in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. Yeah, I'm
just
so
waiting
nervous,
around
right?
the bathroom.
And then all of a
hanging
sudden,
out.
this shadow comes over me, right? And I look up, and it's her dad. And her dad is not a small guy. He's fucking huge.
Okay, all right.
And he's got a shotgun in his hand.
Oh, nice. Huh?
Hey, Basti, he says. Hey, Basti, have you met Betsy? It's like he's got a name for this thing, right? Hey, have you met Betsy?
Yep.
I'm like, no. I have never met your gun, sir. Well, come
We're
with
not
me.
formally introduced.
Yes, we have never
It's
been
nice to meet
formally
you, Betsy.
introduced. So we go outside. He goes, okay, come with me. And we go outside into the garden. And I'm like, oh, shit. This is it. Because I know the moment, right?
Yeah.
And I was expecting. So I was like, okay, this is that moment.
Yeah.
Where he's going to put the fucking barrel in my face and say, take her home by 10 or whatever.
Oh, my goodness.
So we get out to the garden, and no, he doesn't do that. He shoots the damn thing in the ground. As soon as we get out, boom, he shoots like that. I'm like, oh, shit. And he's like, see that? I'm like, yeah. Come on. Come close to it. And I bend over and he's like, put your fist in that hole. And sure enough, I put my fist and the whole, my whole fist fits in this fucking hole because it's so goddamn big, right? Because it's a goddamn shotgun. He's like, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And he just taps me on the back and walks into the house, man. And I'm like, fuck. Risa! Come on, let's go. Shit, what the hell?
So, all right. Okay, so, you have the scary dad experience, but as a dad yourself and with twin daughters, I'm totally going to freak you out now, right? Because it's just what I do.
Okay.
As someone who works in this industry where you ask the questions that need to be answered, as a father of twin girls, all right, when they're teenagers, how are you going to approach the topic of talking about sex with them?
Straight up.
You're just going to tell them how it works.
Yep. That's what I've decided.
Because you know what? I'm going to really scare you and probably a whole bunch of other people out there if they're watching, parents of children. There are some scary things that happen and kids nowadays are learning about sex so much earlier than before. They don't know anything about contraception and they're learning more and more about sex through, access to pornography or movies with sex in them or the internet. I mean, my goodness, it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And things are happening like people are losing their virginity at ridiculous ages. I mean, I've heard stories 9. I've heard about 9. There was a story about a girl, I think in Mexico or somewhere, who got pregnant at the age of 9.
Okay.
Which means she was ovulating really damn early. But, I don't know what they're feeding her, beans or something. Sorry, that's really racist. But, you know what I mean? Like, apologies, that wasn't what I meant. But, you know what I mean? Like, 9-year-old getting pregnant and having a baby. I mean, you don't even know who you are at 9. I didn't even know what a penis was when I was 9 years old. I just knew my little brother had this weird thing that hung down between his legs and it looked funny.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, having sex at the age of 9. So there are these things that happen where I don't know if anybody's heard of this thing called ninja parties.
Oh, I know the ninja party.
Have you heard about ninja parties?
Please explain to these people what ninja parties are.
Now, these things, I want all these parents to be aware of this stuff because, I mean, goodness me, if you're not aware, then your kids are doing something behind your back that you really need to know about. And I'm not saying every kid, but hey, peer pressure is a bitch, right?
Yep.
So what happens with the ninja parties is that kids, and I've heard it started at 11-year-olds parties, okay? You can tell they're children because they call them ninja parties because they go into a dark room where there's no lights on and they blindfold themselves.
Right.
Only an 11-year-old would blindfold themselves and then turn off the lights as well because...
What's the fucking point?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's obviously
like
a kid
overkill
thing. So they blindfold themselves, they go into a dark room, a whole bunch of them, and then they have sex with each other.
Right.
11-year-olds.
Anybody and anyone. It's just like boom, boom, boom.
And anything. It's like an orgy. They swap it around. I don't know where the curiosity came from about sex so early, but dang.
Yeah. And wasn't there a whole thing? There was a whole scare, or maybe it wasn't even a scare, but I remember... Because this came out, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The whole ninja party
couple of years
thing,
ago.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole AIDS thing.
Yeah,
that
there's
getting
still a whole
attached
AIDS thing
to it,
because, the AIDS in this country is actually rising because of the lack of contraceptives and everything. And, the Pope saying that you can only use condoms if you've already contracted AIDS so you don't pass it on to anybody else. But, it's on the rise, especially in places like call centers where people are, late at night, nobody else is around, their colleagues are there, and of course there's sleep rooms and everything in there.
Oh,
getting freaky with each other, that's naturally what happens. You put a bunch of people in the same room together. I was at boarding school. When you put a bunch of men and females together, and they want to...
Sex happens.
Exactly. It's a natural progression of things. But, we need to be careful about this stuff. So if you've got kids, I know I scared the crap out of all of you, but please be careful about these things.
So what would you tell parents? What's the best way to approach that? Because this is shit that comes out of left field, man. This isn't something... You know what you prepare for? You prepare for... the first time they're going to have sex, which is regular, normal sex. Yeah. You prepare for school, you prepare for food and all of that stuff and college. But ninja parties, come on, that's like, what the fuck? What's next? How do you do it?
I mean, I'm not a parent yet, so I can't really say. But for me, I think I would just be kind of more honest about it. There is no way to hide any of this stuff from our children anymore. There is no way to do that. So they're already learning about sex and you know, from all this stuff. They have access to so much stuff. And even if you have a permission thing or a safety thing on your computer, they can still get through that nowadays.
Correct.
Kids are incredibly intelligent. They can download cracks for everything and all that stuff. So I think that the only way to really fix it is to be honest with them right away and tell them about it. Yeah,
right?
and you know, especially if you have a girl, I think that it's so important to tell a girl that losing your virginity is something that, you know, psychologically is a big deal because society has put such a big like taboo on losing your virginity. You know what I mean? Unless you do it with somebody special, it's such a big deal. Oh, you're not a virgin anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it really is for a female a very emotional thing. And so
Is it really?
It really is. I mean, you wouldn't think that it's that big of a deal, but once it actually happens, I mean, that's pretty much a whole part of your innocence that's completely gone. You know what I mean?
What is it like? Like, for example, for a guy, losing your virginity is like, yeah, you know,
you
it's
kind
like a
of got
party.
it over and done with, right? Like,
you know,
yeah,
everybody.
I did it. Woo.
Is it like that for a girl, or is it more a personal experience? It's
Well,
like,
that's the thing, is that I think that it's been cheapened by society, that like, it doesn't matter, just get it out of the way, whatever. And I mean, I admit, everybody's first time will probably suck because nobody knows what they're doing, right?
Correct.
But at the same time, it still is something that's very
except
personal.
my first time. My first time was like, boom. I knew. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, fuck, no, I suck.
But you know, for like,
hell.
especially for women, you know, it's much more personal. I mean, guys, you're putting it in someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
For girls, they're taking it in, you know? So it's like a personal invasion of you that you obviously willingly have, hopefully.
Yes.
No rape involved and all that stuff. But, you know what I mean? You really have to tell your kids that it's something that you should do with somebody that you love because it's the best way to do it. I mean, having meaningless sex, I mean, sure, if you're single and whatever and you're being safe, then fine, if that's your thing. But at the same time, we can all admit that having sex with somebody that you really love is the best way to have sex, right?
Yes, of course.
You know, it's more meaningful. You have more of a personal connection. It's better
There's
when
cuddling after.
Right. It's better when you are more comfortable with someone and all that stuff. So there's no need to rush into sex, and there's no need to fall into peer pressure where everybody's saying, "Oh, everybody's doing it. You're still a virgin. Ha ha. You suck."
What's wrong with you?
Right?
Yeah.
I think that movies and stuff have made it so important to lose your virginity because otherwise you're some sort of a dork or a geek, and like the 41-year-old virgin is such a terrible thing to be. Although it's not really a great thing, but you know what I mean? Don't miss
Aspire
out on
for
the
a
sex
little bit less
that
than that,
long,
yeah.
you know, but. You know what I mean? I think that it's a shame. People need to appreciate that more and just be more aware of their bodies. I mean, having sex, especially for women, like you can contract any kind of disease and it's so much easier for women to get things. So if you're not careful about your body and who you're sleeping with and how you protect yourself, then you could get into all kinds of trouble, and getting pregnant is no joke.
No.
You know, I mean, if your 12-year-old comes home and says to you, "Mommy, I think I'm pregnant," you're just going to kind of die inside a little bit, right?
Yep.
So I think that to be honest and open with them is the only way to go now. There's just too much, unless you lock them in a room in the dark in the basement and hope that nobody talks to them ever in their whole lives, which is never going to happen.
Everything that she just said is totally true. I mean, it's because, you know, right now you think you can protect your kids. You can't. You can't protect them from the entire world. It's impossible. You can't not have them go to school, and that's where they learn all this shit, right? So really, what you said is true. The best way to do it is to just be upfront with them. You know, I mean, even my wife, I remember her mom was that way with her.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, okay, go out, you know, do whatever you do. Just give me a call, you know, so I know where you are.
Yeah.
You know, and don't do anything stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's stupid, you know, try not to do that and all. And, you know, hopefully you raise your kids. I mean, that's basically it. It's a fucking arrow. Your kids are an arrow. You are the bow. You throw them, and, you know, you just hope that you can point that bow in the
right direction, and that they go the right
and you
way.
can aim it. Yeah. The
What was that
strongest.
thing you were showing me earlier, that the youngest mom was from Peru? She was 9. She is
Youngest mom.
5 years, 7 months. That's how old she was when she got pregnant?
What?
Jeez. Oh, gave birth at 5 years old? I don't even know if how does that even wow.
Yeah, how?
What the heck was
Don't
going
you
on
have,
over there? Is there no like legal sex age limit there. 5 is extremely young.
Well, no, not only that. How does a body do that?
I have no idea.
Well, you know
but,
what? That's another thing also that's going on nowadays. You know, the food companies and all of that, they put all these chemicals into everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's maturing a lot faster.
Absolutely.
Everybody's doing all this weird shit a lot faster. So they thought the baby was a tumor. More good news. Shit, man.
That's insane. And I don't even know. I mean, it's supposed to be. It's probably a case of pedophilia on somebody relative
definitely.
or something's part that was terrible. But I'm hoping it wasn't like an 8-year-old who got somebody pregnant. I had a cousin whose boyfriend was 15 years old and she got pregnant with him.
Oh.
And that already was pretty funny. I mean, the kid was growing up, and we didn't even know what he was really going to look like because the dad wasn't even done growing up yet.
Yes,
so
yes. He
that's what
wasn't
happens.
even...
Oh, we have a caller? Do we have a caller?
We got a fucking caller? All right.
Super
Dude, you just won caller of the night, man.
Hello.
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 Hi. Who's
What's your
this?
name, man?
Hello, I'm online now.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
hi.
here. You're with us, man. What's going on? What's your name?
Oh, yeah. Nostra here.
Nostra?
Yep.
Hi, Nostra. Where are
Okay.
you calling us from?
Oh, I'm calling from Dubai right now.
You're calling from
As
Dubai?
you both got March 7.
Oh, you were at the show?
No, I watched you guys perform here in the...
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you were at the show. Cool, man. Thanks for going. What's up? You got a question?
Yes, I'm just having this, like, it's having hard time moving on after a breakup of like 5 years of marriage.
Marriage. Okay. What happened?
Well, it was it just fade away. Actually, she gave up.
How old were you when you got married? How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
When I was married, I was 27.
Okay.
And she was like 23.
Okay.
I'm 34 now. Right, 34.
Okay, and so you guys just broke up recently?
We broke up like 2 years, almost 2 years now. But during those breakup, we still communicate, like trying to fix things up. But unfortunately, it didn't go like what I expected.
Okay. Which is obviously usually the case.
So basically she broke up with you, or she was the one that finally put the nail in the coffin and said, okay, this is it, we're done. And you were still trying this whole time of your reconciliation phase or whatever, or where you're trying to still be together, was more you, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. You know what? One of the hardest things in a marriage is when something fades away. Because there's nothing you can tie it to. There's nothing you can say, okay, I did this wrong, so, that... You didn't do anything wrong, right? It just wala na. It just ended, right? The affection. Or did you do something stupid, man? Tell me you did something fucking stupid.
No, what happened was like... Well, there are some problems, basically. One of them is like... I just feel like I'm just the one who is like, I don't know, like for example, this is like some stuff that are been overlooked. For example, like you get tired from work and then going home and then you saw your wife like just like playing computers and like then they even prepare for dinner. It's like it sucks sometimes. Like why is like this? I mean.
So what did you do when that happened? So you get home. Okay, so basically what you're saying is you go to work, you're at work the whole day, you got fucking sweaty armpits, you're fucking tired, you go home, you expect dinner. You go home, there's no dinner, and she's just playing computer. And then what happens?
I try to be just like be patient about it for many times and just...
So in other words, it wasn't you doing anything like you started shouting at her or something like that. No.
Well,
What the fuck is going on, man? Are you,
are you in a
clearing out
construction
an
site?
auditorium or something?
Yeah, are you having a party or what's happening right now? Are you in a dance hall? Are you about to do the rumba?
Or are you like beating your wife over the head with like a shovel and you're about to stick her in a... No, I'm just kidding. Shit. Yeah.
All right, so pretty much what happened is, you were getting irritated and all this stuff, and really you guys were having a hard time at the beginning of it, because this thing about her not cooking dinner while you're gone isn't the reason why you would end a marriage. Pretty much you were having other problems, and this is one of the things that made you feel like you just couldn't handle it anymore, or she couldn't handle it anymore, right?
Yeah, it was more her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so pretty much one thing I always say, okay, how long were you guys together before you got married?
Around 3.
Around what, sorry?
3 months?
No, years.
3 years.
3 years, okay.
All right, and so she was 23 when you got married. She was 20 years old when you started dating her, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one thing I always tell guys that they don't seem to realize about women, all right? And maybe other women will disagree with me, but I find, and especially as me as a 27-year-old woman, okay, women, after they hit the age of 25, generally have a completely different outlook to life and different things that they want and different things that they need in order to be happy in their lives. So anybody who gets married before that age generally doesn't really know what she wants at that point in time. She's still trying to figure herself out. If you think about it, when you're a teenager, you go through all these changes as a woman. Your body changes, your emotions change, your hormones change, all of that stuff. And then when you hit your 20s, you're trying to figure out what the heck you really are, who you are as a person, as a woman, how to be a woman, how to act around people. This whole sexual thing happens with men where you have to deal with everything differently. You want stability. Your parents tell you have to get married, and so you do, and you rush. And then it ends up that you weren't really to get married in the first place. So maybe it was a case of you guys, maybe she was too young when you got married, to be really honest with you. I'm not saying that real love doesn't count for anything, but age and experience really does. And sometimes, when a woman realizes she wants something different in her life, it happens later on.
All right.
And how...
Yeah, but...
See, because I think his question is more like he's having trouble moving on.
Yeah.
Is there any way that he can get her back? I mean, the only reason you're going to have trouble moving on is because you still have a bit of a thought in your mind that says, I can get you back. Is there, when it gets to that point in a woman, I think a woman, once she's made her decision, it's done. Right? I'm not sure, though. I'm asking you.
It really completely depends. And the thing that I always tell people who are in this situation is that if you want to be back with someone or just generally get on with your life after a breakup, what you really need to focus on is the fact that you in yourself need to be happy. You cannot find happiness from someone else being in your life or from getting your ex-wife back or anything like that. What you need to do is be able to find somewhere where you are happy in yourself. Nice. Start going to the gym more, start exercising, start meeting up with your friends, start going out, start having a drink, talk to other people.
Just do things that don't involve you thinking about her.
No, and also in terms of bettering yourself as a person, being happier about what kind of human being you are, doing what you want, hanging out with friends, and just being happy in yourself is the best way to, number one, get anybody back, or number two, completely move on and meet somebody else who's interested in you for the person that you are when you're a happy person.
Does that make sense? That makes fucking perfect sense to me, man.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, like, I'm trying to go out as well, but it's just like I can get it out from my head. It's like I have this dilemma of like, all right, this is a cliche thing. Like, okay, you promise something, like you're gonna be there for till the do us part, right? And if something happens, I mean, and it's
so
not,
you're saying that in the traditional sense, because you said till death do you part, you want to be able to carry that promise through your whole life. So you're being more traditional in the sense of you want to keep that promise, your vows to God kind of thing. The problem with that is that, if it's not working out and the both of you are not happy, why would you want to spend the rest of your lives with each other kind of not happy?
That's correct, man. Unless you're going to fucking stick her in a goddamn box and put her in your basement and
Please
visit
don't do that.
her
That's not a good idea.
It ain't gonna work, man. You can't force somebody to be with you. You can't.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
And unless you want to live unhappy for the rest of your life with that person, because you're just going to be miserable.
And also, the other point is that you can't force her to be back with you. So the only thing that you can really do is focus on you.
Correct.
I am a hopeless romantic in that I believe that if something is really supposed to happen for you, it will come back, whether or not you're chasing it or being sad about it. What does being sad and lonely and chasing after it really do for you, except make you unhappy? It doesn't make the other person feel anything except, oh, how nice, he's chasing after me, pretty much.
No, it doesn't even make that other person happy.
Not necessarily.
It annoys the shit out of that person because it's like, fuck, I don't want to be with this guy, and this guy's always there, and he's, look, I had this girlfriend a while back, and we ended, and I said to myself, okay, fine. What I'll do is I'll just lie low and, pretend I don't give a shit and all of that, and just, do whatever I do and all. But the whole time I was doing that, I was constantly thinking of her. I was fucking miserable, man. I was fucking miserable.
That's what I feel.
And I was thinking, you know what? If I don't try to know and I try to play hard to get, eventually she'll come back and all, and it'll be great, and we're gonna meet in this fucking magical wonderland of fucking everything where, candies are falling from the sky and everything is beautiful. Bullshit. It doesn't fucking happen. I was fucking avoiding her, and every time I would see her, I would try to do something that would get her attention. The best thing to do is fucking just, like Kat said, you concentrate on yourself. You concentrate on something. Get a fucking hobby, man. Hobbies are awesome fucking things because when you're doing something that you love, that's a hobby, it takes your mind off of everything else in the world, and you're just focused on that. And that's it. It's a hard thing to do. It's really hard to do.
But also, in order to be with anybody, sorry, Basti, but in order to be with anybody, you need to be a happy person in yourself. You can't be there and expecting the other person to complete you. So despite whether or not your ex-wife comes back to you, you should be a happy person on your own. She's not going to fix you. If she came back to you, you'd probably be miserable because you guys probably wouldn't be that happy. So your sadness now is just a state of your own mind. You have to have control of your own mind, and wherein you can say to yourself that you choose to be happy. Happiness is a choice. And really, what does somebody else want to be with? Somebody who doesn't feel very sure about themselves, is begging to come back to you, or somebody who's very self-confident, has their life together, and who knows what they want and what they're doing, and they can just join him as their life partner and grow together instead of, oh, we're both sad and messed up and trying to figure it out. You know,
forcing the fucking issue.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah. I hope that helps you.
Yeah, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
But the thing is, the hard part thing is, if you're gonna mingle with another, people. The thing is, you're married, right? It's the first thing that really makes the person oh, all right. I mean, it is the reality that you have to face, right? Or else you have to annul.
Wait, I'm a little confused. What are you talking about? Do you guys share the same friends and you go to the same parties?
No, he's talking about if he wants to talk to somebody else, that he has to tell them that he's married, and then people back off. Stop being married,
dude.
Then.
Man.
If it's broken up, end it, bro.
Yeah.
Stop holding on to the dream of what this marriage is supposed to be.
If you're out, I think if you're out, look, I think it's a given. If you go out and your wife has left you and you're still married, I don't think you have to tell somebody that you're married. If you're hanging out at a bar or something and it's like things are, going good with you and the other person.
No. The thing first and foremost is look, if you want to go out and get into the world, there's no way you should be dating anybody right now. Okay, you need some time to get over your ex-wife because you're clearly not there yet. So don't go out looking for somebody else to be with because that's a dumb idea. If you carry on your affections from your ex to your next person, you're not really in love with them. You're just in love with the idea of being in love, and it's going to be all like sunshine and rainbows until one day you wake up and realize you don't even know who you're really sitting next to. So if you're going to go out and get over your ex. Go and bang a bunch of chicks and be safe about it. If you want to do that, then you don't have to tell them that you're married because it doesn't matter. You're not planning on having a long-term relationship with these women. But when it comes down to being with somebody else, if you really want to date someone, wait until you're fully over your ex, you're fully happy, you have a clear mind, and you can decide whether or not a person is good for you to be with. And by that time, you shouldn't even be married in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's a long process, but it's just a
It
long
absolutely is. And you need to embrace that, and you need to take your time to get over it, which is why I'm saying don't try to get into anything else. If you want to bang around, go ahead, be safe, use condoms, don't catch anything, don't be nasty, don't be mean, don't lead anybody on and make him fall in love and then you leave him and all that stuff. Be a nice guy, but just bang. You don't need to be in love with anybody. You don't need to be all of this stuff. You're still in love with your ex. That's very clear. So find a way to get over her. Find a way to find your own personal space where you're happy and you can be on your own. And when you're absolutely ready, you should be divorced by that time, my friend, because there's no point in hanging on to this marriage. Vows or not, I'm sorry, I do believe in the tradition of marriage, but if it doesn't work out, it is a lot better, especially if you have children, to part ways amicably and have a good relationship with them rather than living your life being miserable and living a lie. It's really hard to do that. Forever is a long time to live a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I just need to get over it, yeah.
Yes, you do. And take your time. I mean, there's no rush. I mean, don't get all psycho and weird and go fall in a hole or anything. But, take your time. Cry about it if you want to cry about it. Be mad about it if you want to be mad about it. Cool. Go through your emotions. People nowadays are so afraid to go through their emotions. They think that you have to deal with it, stiff upper lip and all this, and crying is not a man's thing and all that crap. But really, you want to be sad, be fucking sad, all right? Go ahead. Don't slit your wrist or anything. It's okay to cry, okay? Do it. Cry. Be sad. Talk to your closest friends about it. Get it off your chest. Get through it. Emotions will come and go, but waves back and forth. Get through it. That's how you get through being a human being. You get through the hard shit, and you can. So just do it. Fight it. And then, when you come out the other side, when you're ready, you'll be even stronger than you were before you got into it.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Kat.
All right, cool. I'm glad we helped you.
I'm thought of smiling, man. This girl's fucking wild, man. Really. There you go.
All right, thanks so much
Whatever
for
she said. Thank you.
Thanks, Basti, as well.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
All righty, bye.
Hope to see you back
Good
here.
luck with everything, man. I hope everything works out. And it will, Patty.
Thanks,
It will, for sure.
Yeah, keep your chin up. You'll be cool.
How about you with relationships?
How about me?
Yeah. Have you ever had a hard relationship or an awkward relationship or something like that?
Absolutely. I mean, who
How
hasn't?
do you deal with
know
it?
What I mean? I've been very realistic in life because my own parents aren't together anymore, and I saw how hard it was for them to be together. When they didn't really necessarily want to be. I mean, that might have been a one-way street for one of my parents, but anyway, that beside the point. I have been more realistic with relationships. I'll date someone, and when I think that it's not going anywhere anymore, I don't waste either of our time because I feel like, you should let people be with people that they're supposed to be with rather than trying to force it with somebody.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I've always been realistic about it. It's like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Cool.
But have you ever been with somebody like the breakup was all of a sudden,
Absolutely.
that you still wanted to be with that person?
Oh, absolutely.
So how do you draw the line? How do you stop? How do you stop the feelings? How do you, how do you not become a fucking psycho?
It's really difficult. I mean, the one thing that I always try and remember is that emotions are chemicals in our brain, and everything that happens in our own brain. So
you keep that in your mind.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, you have to be aware of what you're thinking and why your body is reacting this way. Depression, sadness, all of those things are triggered by your mind. That's why they say when you do exercise, you get endorphins, which make you happy, right?
Correct.
So it's really a state of mind, and you can control that. Like, if you feel sad, go for a jog. It makes you feel energetic. You feel great afterwards.
Running actually works,
right?
Man. Running does fucking work.
It makes you feel better, but at the same time, you have to figure out, number one, why you're sad. All right? I always say that if you go through a breakup, why did the breakup happen? Be reasonable with yourself. Don't say, oh, it's my fault, oh, it's his fault, and all this stuff. Just sometimes it just doesn't work out. And sometimes there are things that you shouldn't put up with somebody that you're dating. I mean, I always say that there is a perfect someone for everybody. So it's not about a perfect person. It's about you being with someone who you can deal with their bullshit. It's like,
yes,
you have to get to know someone. Everybody always expects to have sparks flying and all this stuff, and you fall in love right away, but that's really not how it should work. You should get to know the person, because it takes years and years for everybody's true personalities to really come out. You know what I mean? You've been friends with people for years and years, I'm
Correct.
sure, and then you found out things about them 5 years down the line
Yep.
that you thought you would never know about this person. So falling in love really kind of means whether or not you can deal with everything that they have in their personality and be okay with that for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? If you really love them, despite all of their flaws, instead of bada boom, bada bang, sparks flying, I'm in love with you, let's get married and have a kid right now.
And let's just do it.
Right? Like, it's, oh, you were so in
I know.
love.
I always say, like, people talk to me and they're like, hey, what's this or this? And I'm always like, there's levels. There's levels. I know, like, get the fucking point across, for crying out loud. There's always these levels. It's like you date,
yeah,
right? And then in your dating cycle, you get to know a person,
yeah.
right? Then there's the moving in.
Yeah.
Now, once you move in with somebody, that's a fucking reset button right there.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole new fucking animal you're learning. I mean, you've known this person for like 5-6 years, but that's just dating.
Yeah.
Once you live together, fucking A, reset that motherfucking button, because it's all, that's when you see, oh shit, she leaves her fucking panties everywhere. She doesn't wash the forks or whatever.
Or they fart and it's really smelly all the time, or their BO
This
is
girl
really
must
terrible
really eat
after they
beans.
sweat. Ooh.
And then
They have a
you
weird
get
sex
married.
noise.
Then you get married.
Yeah.
And reset that motherfucker again.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole different thing. Like I lived with my wife for a long time. We were living together. We got married, and there was shit I didn't realize about her.
Mm-hmm.
The day after we got married, it was like, oh shit, really?
Yeah.
We're doing that? I didn't know we were doing that. All right.
I didn't realize at 6 o'clock in the morning I had to go jog outside for 5 kilometers.
Get fucking green mangoes. So anyway, the whole point is being in a relationship is complicated. It's not something you take lightly. And it's not something that, you don't put all this effort in to end up being miserable.
Yeah.
The reason you do this is it kind of is like what do you call it? A sorting thing.
Yeah.
To help you sort out the these from the those, and then,
Diamonds in the rough.
Diamonds in the rough. Shall we take a break?
Yes, we shall.
Okay. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back. Give us a motherfucking call, assholes. 478-7954. Or you can text us at 09273600-485. And we'll get back to you. All right. We'll be back after these...
messages.
That's it.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
There are text friends. Always on call friends. Not just Facebook friends. Bring them all together with Go Only 30 from Globe Prepaid. Go call, go text, go share. For only 30 pesos a day, don't just get a network of friends, go get a globe of them. Go make it happen with Go Only 30. Go lang ng go.
Hey podcasters, Mo here. You ever watch the podcast, right? And you're sitting there and you're looking at our female celebrity guest and you're looking at her skin and you're like, wow, I'd love to have that complexion. Well, your answer is this. Glutamax, the official skin whitening partner of Miss Earth International. Available in capsules, soaps, lotion, deodorant, and face cream. Bikutis mayaman with Glutamax. It's available in leading drugstores and supermarkets nationwide.
What you've been missing on the factory.
Now we're gonna show you guys the new beta that just came out yesterday. Is God of War Ascension, the private beta
for PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus.
Let's watch it, right? It's not. It's Enrique playing already.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. And perfect timing. Perfect timing. Well, before that, I was kicking ass. So go with the theme of the show, how not to play.
It's Robot Rice and Friends with Alfonso Martinez, Mickey Han, and Nigel Zalameo. Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. Only here on The Factory.
Hey, Mo Twister here. All right, podcasters, listen up because this is really, really important. Major Homes brings you unique and creative developments, giving you a real chance at a sure, affordable, and hassle-free investment. Invest in your future today. Call 0917-517-4287. Major Homes is here.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Pechay. Pechay na lang. Mahaba ang carpet ng Pechay, she will start with the Pechay.
Oo,
if it's kung mahaba yung hair, di ba masakit?
Hindi, ginupit ko muna ng konti. Tinitrim.
Kailangan
trim mo ng
gupitan muna.
Tsaka pagka kasi yung mga tsaka Pechay pala, Pechay. Tsaka mga yun ang mga nakikita ko. Mga yan. Ang palaya ba? Ang palaya. Hindi, na lang. Ay, naman talaga eh.
Upo na lang.
Upo. Alaki naman niya.
Ay, alaki! Ano ba yan? Diba?
Parang ng kabayo. Parang ng kabayo.
Lintik ng kabayo! Ay, Tirso!
Join your host, Carrots Nazareno, on Live, Love, Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry. Okay, it's coming.
Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
Podcasters, listen up. Big announcement. The Chevrolet Sonic is a dependable 5-seater subcompact vehicle, and it delivers sufficient power, fuel efficiency, refined ride and handling, and a remarkable entertainment system. The Sonic is the perfect Chevrolet vehicle for those who are looking to make their daily city commute or weekend getaway drives more fun and exciting. It comes in 2 great body styles, the 5-door hatchback and a 4-door sedan. Equipped with a new 1.4-liter Ecotec engine with double continuous variable cam phase, that's CVC, the Chevy Sonic provides efficient power and quality driving performance. Now, to further highlight the youthful, sporty, and fun characteristics of the Sonic, Chevrolet has equipped the compact sedan with high-tech convenient features such as Bluetooth connectivity and audio streaming capabilities that are commonly found only on high-trim compact sedans. The Chevrolet Sonic is available at all Chevrolet dealers. It comes with a Chevrolet 5-year warranty, 3-year free roadside assistance, and the services of a 24/7 Chevy hotline.
I'm Julia Snigowski.
I'm Trisha Santanera.
And we are the girls of 20 Okay, so you have to be wondering what on earth is 20? Exactly, so find out every Sunday night, 8 to 9. Hang out with us. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun.
Girls, boys,
boobs.
Okay, boobs. Both you say boobs.
Of course, yeah. For sure.
You can call us. We will give you a phone.
We want to talk to you guys too.
Yeah. Eventually, the phone number will come.
But since in the meantime we can't figure out the whole podcast thing, we're trying to figure out boys, figure
out. We figured ourselves out, so we know what's going on.
Exactly. Okay, anyway, our first podcast is this Sunday at 8.
Yeah.
Please join us because we're all here.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
All right, why settle for any average cell phone load when you can celebrate your love of country with special edition It's More Fun in the Philippines Globe prepaid cards? Choose from 4 special cards, each bearing a well-loved Philippine icon. Vegan City in Ilocos Sur, Mount Mayon in Albay, Bantayan Island in Cebu, and the monkey-eating eagle of Davao. And you can even get a travel journal for free. Buying load. You can do that. Nice. Definitely more fun in the Philippines. Check out globe.com.ph for more details. In the meantime, start collecting. Right? Welcome back to the show. I think we gave some insightful to that guy.
Yeah, I think we did.
I hope
Nostra, right? That was his name?
Yeah, I hope he took that one to heart, man. And we got some more calls. We'll be taking them soon. But before that, I want to discuss something with you real quick.
Okay.
Movies. I am a big fan of movies.
Okay.
Have you watched anything lately?
Yes, I have actually. I actually got to watch The Life of Pi finally.
Okay, I saw that movie.
I thought was amazing. My goodness. I've never been a fan of movies where they just have one person in them all the time. Like Castaway, I was uncomfortable in because I love Tom Hanks, right? But watching him talk to a volleyball for 2.5 hours was kind of, pressing for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so depressed. If it was me, I would have lost my mind already. I think I would have killed the volleyball in a very graphic and violent manner.
Yeah.
But, and I never watched 127 Hours. That was the one where the guy was pinned under a rock for ages, right?
That was a good movie.
I couldn't watch it, though. I can't do that, because I'm one of these people who, I've been in movies and stuff, so I know how they shoot it and everything. So I always think about the behind the scenes. But also, I also get very attached to storylines. So I get really involved in it. Like, after I watch a spy movie, I run around the mall hiding behind pillars and stuff because I think I'm a spy. And I'm like, nobody can see me. I am 007. Yes, I'm super duper cool.
Yeah.
So movies where I'm like, oh my gosh, my arm is pinned to a rock for 127. I'm going to eat it off. I'm going to chew my arm off. I get stressed out in these movies. So Life of Pi, I was hesitant. I'm like, can I really watch a guy on a boat with a tiger for 2 hours? Am I going to be freaking out at the end of this movie? But I watched it and it was so beautifully done. And I know, a lot of it is graphic effects and all this stuff, but my gosh, it was beautiful. I wish I could watch it in 3D. Okay. Because if you haven't seen it, the cinematography is just fantastic.
Awesome.
I mean, it's colorful, it's meaningful. The shots are meaningful, what they do. And they have an aspect of God in this movie, which is so touching because it really is about faith and about believing and about real signs from God, which
the
are
whale
when you are really just in there with nature and it's just you by yourself and God, how miracles can really happen. And it's a beautiful story. I think is really fantastic.
I used to see everybody. I remember seeing everybody. I don't read. I don't usually read, and everybody had that damn book.
Yeah,
everybody had it. And everyone's like raving about it, what a great book it is and all. Of course, I never picked it up. But I watched this movie and yes, it's got, like you said, the visuals, and like the moments of survival are really like intense,
gripping.
And it's like,
and his adapting to survival on this boat is just amazing. The way that the human mind would work. I mean, at the end, I'm not going to give anything away, but just the fact that you can really survive as a human being, and I think it really stands to what humans are capable of as well. I think that so many people nowadays are so content to, I have a problem, I'm going to go to a shrink and all this. But as a human being, as yourself, we are designed to survive. We have the biggest brains on the planet for a reason. We are supposed to be able to overcome circumstances and fight our way through difficult things to grow and be better people at the other side of it. It's completely possible when you have your strength of mind. And that's what people forget. They all want to take pills to get over depression or all these things. But, I have been through some really tough stuff in my life, which has made me depressed, which is all this stuff. And what I really found at the end of the day is that your own personal strength, and when you tap into your personal strength and realize that you have it, makes you such a strong person afterwards and really makes you a calmer person as well, to know that you have control of your own happiness.
There is nothing like coming out of a personal life crisis on your own strength.
Yes.
That empowers you to face more problems or
anything
whatever.
At all, actually.
It's like, fuck, I can do it, man. I can do anything.
Absolutely.
I just did that. I can do anything.
Yeah, once you've been through a life-changing experience, which changes the way that you think about everything, you have the power to get through anything you want. Nothing is impossible anymore. You have broken through so many boundaries and gotten over so many things that otherwise could have beaten you down and made you, crawl into a hole and live the rest of your life as a depressed person. You get through it and then you can do whatever you want. I mean, that's the thing. Like, sometimes I feel people need to be broken by life in order to actually be successful. I know that sounds terrible, but it makes you the strongest that you've ever been in your life, to be true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's the challenges that we face that make us better people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I have some more of your jungle juice?
Yeah, man, I got you. Let's take a call while I am
pouring some juice.
Mixing some of the juice. Who do we got? Line 4?
4.
Okay, let's take line 4. Who's on line 4?
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
Jasmine.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What can we do for you today?
Thanks for calling the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just want to ask, how will I know if he's the real man for me?
Okay, Jasmine, how old are you?
30.
You're 30 years old. And how long have you been seeing this guy, dating this guy?
Actually, I'm married for 10 years now.
Okay. So you want to know if the guy you're married to is really the guy you should be with forever?
Yeah.
So are you having doubts about your marriage, or you just want to know if you really made the right choice?
Sometimes I have doubts, but right now I just want to know.
So you got married when you were 20?
Yeah. 19, actually.
Whoa. Okay. I don't know if you were listening to the call before, but I always say that women after the age of 25, and I'm not saying that this happened to you, but when you hit 25, your priorities change. So did you find that happened to you in your marriage?
Yeah.
And then was your husband the right person that you wanted to be with when you found these changes happening in your life?
Did you like somebody else at that
no,
point?
no.
Okay. So he was the guy, he was the center of your universe, you married him, and then a little later on, you're kind of getting iffy?
Yeah.
Was he your first boyfriend?
For a moment, please.
Sure.
Your line is too...
Choppy?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to do about that. How do we fix our choppy line? I'm going to stand up with my arms.
Yeah, be an
Can
antenna.
you speak a little louder, please?
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'll shout into the microphone for you. Here you go. So, was he your first boyfriend?
No.
How many boyfriends did you have before you got married to him?
2.
2 boyfriends before that. And were they long-term relationships?
Yeah. For the first one for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then my husband for 3 years.
You had another husband before?
No.
This guy.
Before your husband.
Guy.
Okay, you had another one for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
can I ask a question? I think the question is what are you experiencing now that you're feeling iffy?
We're experiencing a little problems right now. So
like what kind of problems?
Like
sex problems.
Yeah, is it sex? It sounds like it's sex because you're.
What?
Is it about sex?
No.
Okay.
I think he's having an affair.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. It gets juicier.
Yeah.
So why do you think he's having an affair?
May mga messages ako nababasa on his phone.
Okay,
Facebook.
wait. Are you a snooper? Do you go through his phone without him asking, or do you do it when he lets you?
Without asking.
Without asking. So you're a snooper. So which means that your woman's instinct is kicking in and telling you that there's a reason that you should be checking his phone, diba?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, well, in my experience with a lot of women that I know who are married, who have had boyfriends for a very long time, if your woman's intuition kicks in and tells you that you need to be checking on your man because there's something going on, more often than not, there is something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is one of the things that you need to deal with. I mean, you can confront him, but at the same time, you've been dishonest with him because you checked on his phone without his permission. I think that if you want to find out, number one, if he's really having an affair, you should be upfront with him and ask him, is there anything that you're hiding from me? And, if it comes to that point, be like, well, then can I look through your phone? If it then turns out that he's hiding it or he wants to delete a couple of things before he shows you the phone, you know that there's something going on. And then you move on from there. You have to be very open with each other, and you have to be ready not to yell, not to scream. I mean, I know it's a very emotional thing. If you do find out that he's having an affair, you have to be as calm as possible, okay? I know that sounds irrational and very demanding, but at the same time, you have to be rational about what's going on. You've been together for 10 years, okay? So you really love each other, right? You're not just going to throw this away over somebody that maybe he banged one night or all of that stuff, even though it's painful, because I know that there's a deeper relationship here than what, other people who are just boyfriend and girlfriend. So you need to decide. If you can find out whether or not he's having an affair, you decide what to do from there. Either one, you sit down and you talk about it and you ask him, Does he still want to be with you? Can he still be happy with you? Can you still make this work? And are you really the people who are best for each other? Because if you're not, then you have to have a conversation about whether or not you really want to carry it on. Is there a point? Will you always be looking over your shoulder if he is having an affair? Is he completely out of love with you? Is he in love with someone else? These are the things that you need to know, and these are the things that you can only find out from your partner. And if you want to stay in that for the rest of your life, can you deal with it? Can you not deal with it? Do you want to move on? It's a very big deal and it's hard to deal with. I understand. And I am very sorry that you're going through this. If it is real that he is having an affair, but you need to be honest with your partner and you really need to deal with it with him, because guessing games will only make you unhappy. And at the end of the day, little things will start to come out because it'll show that you're unhappy. Even if you don't say anything, it builds up inside of you because you're paranoid and you just spend a lot of time being unhappy. So the more honest you are with him, the better, I think.
Okay.
Yeah?
Actually, I asked him already about it, but he's keep on denying it.
Okay. Well, then maybe you should just be honest with him that you look through his phone because
that you know.
Yeah, that you know that he's been messaging with somebody and he's going to get mad at you. Okay, he's going to get pissed off, and
that's his way of
defending himself.
Yes, exactly.
Deflecting off the situation. Any man who is put in a corner, men hate being put in a corner. Am I not right, Basti?
Mm-hmm.
Men hate being cornered about anything. All right.
Yeah.
So you have to try and not.
We'll either get mad at you about it, or we'll try to change the subject or do something. But yes, we do not like being put in corners.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is if you do confront him and you tell him, he will get mad at you for looking through his phone because you broke his trust. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place. I don't agree with snooping around. I believe in full honesty, even though I know it's not always the easiest thing to do. It is the best way to figure anything out.
Especially if you're married.
Yeah.
If you're married. If you're married, there should be no snooping around factor.
Yeah.
It should be just straight up.
You shouldn't need to do that, you know? And I know that there's a lot of, I try not to hurt your feelings and all this, and he will get mad at you. He'll yell at you. So be prepared for that. He'll be like, Tangina, why did you do that? Why did you look through my phone? You don't trust me. You don't this. He'll make you feel guilty that, you don't trust him, you're married and you took vows and you think that he's cheating on you, blah, 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 blah. But, you got to ignore all of that and you got to stay calm and you got to be like, look, I am not trying to fight with you about this. I want to know the truth about whether or not we should still be together. If you're in love with this person, if you want to keep fighting for us and being realistic about it, And I always find that when somebody's being irrationally angry because they're being defensive about something, that being calm is the best way to fight it because there's nothing they can do. If they're yelling and you're not, they're going to stop yelling at some point,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, hindi siya nagagalit eh. Tumatawa pa siya.
See, that's an even worse one. I hate that when you have an issue and then they laugh at you about it, it usually means that they're like, I know you can't really prove it, so haha, fucked. You're fucked. So, if he laughs about it, be honest with me. What did I find on your phone? And he'll make excuses. If you really want to catch him out, you got to be smart about it.
Have you told him? Have you said it? Like, hey, but you have...
Yeah, sabi ko sa kanya may nabasa ko, tapos alam niya kung ano yung nabasa ko din.
And then how does he blow it off?
Lang.
Yeah. Paano niya inaano niya? Paano niya...
Yeah.
What's the word? Binablow off.
Yep. It's a new Tagalog word by Basti. Paano niya binablow off?
Paano niya binablow off?
That's so disgusting, doesn't it? Oy, paano mo binablow off yung boyfriend mo?
Basta nung kinonfront ko siya, parang, alam ko kasi kung nagsisinungaling siya, if he's lying, I know it.
Yeah. So, is he lying?
Yeah, he's lying.
Oh, so pala every wife knows when their husband is lying. That is one thing that women pick up on, okay? If there's anything I know about all my guy friends too is when they're lying to me, and I call them out on it all the time. Liar! You're a liar! You're lying to me right now. I can't believe you're freaking lying to me. Stop lying.
And what is that? I think that would be the put your foot down moment, right?
Honestly, it's when you decide whether or not you want to stay and whether or not you want to put up with the lies, because he can lie all he wants. It's up to you whether or not you can deal with it, because, to be honest with you, if you're staying in the relationship and he's doing bad things to you and you're just letting it slide and he knows and you're not doing anything about it, you're enabling him too.
Correct.
You're allowing him to be
correct.
acting badly and saying it's okay because you're still staying there.
And not only that, think of the insult to you. That he's laughing at you.
Yeah.
Like
in front of your face, not even behind your back.
I mean, it's not something to take lightly. I mean, it's pretty serious because if you're 100% convinced, and you know yourself and you know your husband, so if you are 100% convinced, then chances are, more or less what you're feeling is correct.
And you know what? Also, don't do what a lot of women do, okay? If he really is cheating on you, don't blame yourself, okay?
Yeah,
don't do what all these women do and say that it's my fault. I didn't do this. I'm not attractive enough. I'm this, that, and the other. Because women beat themselves up about that all the time. And even after they end it, they're like, did I make the right decision? He loves someone else now and he was so easy to replace me, blah, blah, blah. Look, at the end of the day, it's about whether or not you're happy as well. And as a woman, you have a long life ahead of you, okay? Women generally last longer than men. And if your man is being a dork and a dick, you need to decide if you want to deal with that for the rest of your life. You're 30. Okay, if you want to go be with somebody else, you still got time, honey. Have a family with somebody else, be happy with somebody else. But this is a marriage, so you need to deal with this seriously and figure out if you can handle it or not, and then go from there,
There's no fucking laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't be made a fool out of, That's one thing. Don't let him make a fool out of you. Be a strong woman and be a reasonable woman. You are a woman who's 30 years old, who's been married for a long time to a guy who could potentially be fucking you over, and you don't deserve that. That is the last thing that you deserve, especially if you've been a loyal wife.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. So, last question. So, what will I do now?
Confront him.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
confront him straight up. I think that you should already have... Maybe don't do it tomorrow, but maybe take a week or whatever it is to think of what the next step is for him,
You know what I think is a good idea also is to go quiet for a while. Can you go and stay with somebody else?
What, just leave?
Yeah, can you go stay with your mom or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to go do that. I think you need to go stay with your mom or something for a week and let him sweat a little bit. I think he needs to know that you're serious, that if he's having an affair, that you're not going to put up with it. And radio silence. Go to your mom's place, to hang out there, say you need some time with your family to think about things and all this stuff. And there is nothing that makes men more nervous than when their wife or girlfriend goes absolutely quiet on them because they know that something is really, really wrong. Okay, and if he starts to sweat and get nervous, you know that there is something terribly wrong with what's going on in your marriage, all right?
I was going to suggest that you just have it out and say, but no, fucking A, erase that. That is scarier. A woman quiet, and the guy's talking and he's like, oh, darling, but wala kang sinasabi. And then wow. It's like, what the fuck? What did I do? Oh my God, what's going to happen? Am I going to have my testicles cut off in the middle of the night?
Seriously.
Yeah, man. That's the way to do it. I say there, do that. Do what she said.
Do what I said. And if you want to talk to him first, go ahead. But if he laughs at you, be like, okay, I need to go stay with my family for a while. Do you have kids, by the way? Sorry.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have? You have one kid. Boy or girl?
Girl.
How old is your kid?
10.
10. All right. Now, did you get married because you got pregnant?
Not really. Maybe...
What?
20% of it.
20% of it. So you were already pregnant when you got married?
Yes.
All right. So there you go. Maybe you guys rushed into it a little bit too fast, because what I always say with these things is that if you do get pregnant with someone else, all right, what you should do is you should have the kid with them if you want to have the kid with them and see how they are as parents because they become different people. When you become a parent, you become someone else, right?
That's another reset button right there.
Right? And you need to know whether or not this person is a person that you can have and rely on them to raise your child properly. And if you don't get along well and there is mess in the relationship between you, it affects the child as well. So you need to be able to deal with this as cleanly as possible, as responsibly as possible because you do not want your daughter to go through any kind of trauma. So really be as grown up as you can when dealing with this situation because you don't want your daughter to have to go through a nasty breakup and messy and her not seeing her dad a lot because he's, all of this stuff. It's really not a good idea. So really think about what you want to do. And if you do confront him and he laughs at you again, for me, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, fuck him, man.
Yeah,
fuck him.
If I fucking, if I was
married
again
before I go.
Can you what? Sorry?
Slap him.
No. Actually, you know what? It's even better if you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's louder. It speaks so much that you don't get upset. That's why I'm telling you to stay calm because it says so much more. You know what I mean? To just also, be like, it's done instead of this dramatic thing that you always see on TV and say, like, I hate you. You cheated on me. I'm going to kill you, blah, blah. If you just say, I need some time and you walk out, that speaks volumes more than a slap in the face.
If you do the slap in the face, it kind of gives him a direction to point his anger to or to put blame at.
Yeah,
He's
it
like,
gives you a reason to be like,
know.
she's unreasonable, she's crazy, this is why I cheat.
The
Blah, 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 blah.
walkout says so much more.
Never ever give a man a reason to blame you for what happened. Oh, you're a psycho.
Men are
Oh, you're
bastards.
like this. Oh, you're like
Fuck
that.
all these men.
They'll always try to twist it around on you, okay? So be very careful about what you do. Play it smart. Be a woman, all right? You got a lot going for you as a woman. So be smart about it, all right?
All right.
All right. Good luck to you. And I really hope that it turns out for the best for you, all right?
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Damn. Something else, pare. This... Look, if ever Mo's not here, can you host a damn show? Everybody, we're going to take a break. We'll be back after these reminders.
Messages.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
There are text friends. Always on call friends. Not just Facebook friends. Bring them all together with Go Only 30 from Globe Prepaid. Go call, go text, go share. For only 30 pesos a day, don't just get a network of friends, go get a globe of them. Go make it happen with Go Only 30. Go lang ng go.
Hey podcasters, Mo here. You ever watch the podcast, right? And you're sitting there and you're looking at our female celebrity guest and you're looking at her skin and you're like, wow, I'd love to have that complexion. Well, your answer is this. Glutamax, the official skin whitening partner of Miss Earth International. Available in capsules, soaps, lotion, deodorant, and face cream. Bikutis mayaman with Glutamax. It's available in leading drugstores and supermarkets nationwide.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Were you the one who posted, James, regarding the guidelines when it comes to checkpoints?
Yes, I was.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I just made it up, but I thought it was. This time of year, right? Elections. And, you never let the truth get in the way of a good story. Okay, children, do not follow this at home. I'm just kidding. Just so you know your rights. If you do get stopped by a checkpoint,
You are not allowed
We're able to
to
verify
run
all
over
of these,
them.
James. You're not allowed to run over them. That didn't make it here. So technically. Now, number 2. Upon approach, slow down. I guess that counts as not running them over. Dim headlights and turn on cabin lights. Okay.
Cabin lights.
Lock all doors of vehicles during inspection. Since lock.
They might get pissed off because you're locking
but that's the
doors.
thing.
Okay.
This is where they get you. And this is actually, I know we're making fun of it a little bit, but this is a serious issue. We've seen some people genuinely harassed. Drugs are planted and other things, A Justin Bieber CD is planted, which is even worse. Oh, yes, no. I've heard of that, And there's no defense for that. There's really no defense. Yeah, it's like, but Your Honor, we found this. Throw the book at him. The CD as well. Then after that you have to submit your cell phone and everything. And next thing you know, you have a Justin Bieber ringtone.
Catch James Deacon and the boys on Counterflow Wednesdays, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Hey, Mo Twister here. All right, podcasters, listen up because this is really, really important. Major Homes brings you unique and creative developments, giving you a real chance at a sure, affordable, and hassle-free investment. Invest in your future today. Call 0917-517-4287. Major Homes is here.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry.
Okay, it's coming. Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
Podcasters, listen up. Big announcement. The Chevrolet Sonic is a dependable 5-seater subcompact vehicle, and it delivers sufficient power, fuel efficiency, refined ride and handling, and a remarkable entertainment system. The Sonic is the perfect Chevrolet vehicle for those who are looking to make their daily city commute or weekend getaway drives more fun and exciting. It comes in 2 great body styles, the 5-door hatchback and a 4-door sedan. Equipped with a new 1.4-liter Ecotec engine with double continuous variable cam phase, that's CVC, the Chevy Sonic provides efficient power and quality driving performance. Now, to further highlight the youthful, sporty, and fun characteristics of the Sonic, Chevrolet has equipped the compact sedan with high-tech convenient features such as Bluetooth connectivity and audio streaming capabilities that are commonly found only on high-trim compact sedans. The Chevrolet Sonic is available at all Chevrolet dealers. It comes with a Chevrolet 5-year warranty, 3-year free roadside assistance, and the services of a 24/7 Chevy hotline.
Hi everybody, I'm Bianca Bianca Valeria. I'm Julia Snigowski. I'm Trisha Santanera. And we are the girls of 28. Okay, so you have to be wondering, what on earth is 20? Exactly, so find out every Sunday night, 8 to 9. Hang out with us. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun. Girls, boys, boobs. Okay, boobs.
Both you say boobs.
Of course, yeah. For sure.
You can call us. We will give you a phone number.
We want to talk to you guys too.
Yeah. Eventually, the phone number will come.
But since in the meantime we can't figure out the whole podcast thing, but we're trying to figure out voice, figure out
ourselves out, so we know what's going on.
Exactly. Okay, anyway, our first podcast is this Sunday at 8.
Yeah.
Please join us because we're all here.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
All right, we just want to say thank you very much to Eat My GF or Garlic Fries. I love that name. Anyway, menu items include Big O, BJ, Virgin Chips, Fat GF, and more. Branches at Food Choices, Alabang Town Center, 403BF Calderon Street, Little Baguio, San Juan. And you can also order through City Delivery, which is 8787. Thank you so much to these guys. They're giving us food and everything.
Is one of those things called Fat GF?
Yeah, they don't hold back on their names, man. BJ,
my fat
Virgin
GF.
Chips, Big O. All right, well, let's go straight to it. We got somebody on the lines.
Skype phone line. Which one?
No, we'll do the phone line right now.
All right.
From QC.
Let's
Hello?
go to it.
Hey, man. Sorry, what's your name again?
CJ.
CJ.
Hey, CJ.
Hi, CJ. How can we help you this evening?
I'm already on air.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
you
you're
are.
on. You're on like
right
Donkey
now.
Okay. Because Basti, good evening, Basti and Kat.
Hi, good
my name
evening.
is CJ. I'm gay.
Okay, nice to meet you, gay guy.
By the way, Basti, you're so foggy.
Thank you. I try my best. It's grooming.
Okay, here's my problem, okay? I've been in a relationship with this guy for 6 months na.
Okay.
And then, I've always been the top guy.
Okay.
Then suddenly, gusto niya makipagpalit. He wants me to be the bottom.
Wait, when you say the top guy, you're like the actual guy on top,
I always
right?
do the trusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Top and bottom. You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now he wants to be the thruster and he wants you to take it.
Yeah, but the thing is, my butt is still a virgin.
Okay.
No question. I have a few questions.
Okay,
Number
all right,
one is,
all right.
should I do it?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, do you want to do it, man?
I'm kind of curious, kaya lang I'm afraid that it might really hurt.
Okay, well, listen to me. I think that if your butt is a
How about
virgin,
you, Kat?
anything
Have
is
you
going to
taken
hurt.
it from there?
Have you ever taken it up the butt? Is that your question?
Yeah, he's asking.
No, I'm just curious on how it feels. I'm pretty sure Basti hasn't done it, and I hope he does it. Yes.
No, but I've taken a pretty big shit in my life, man. One of those hard ones
Does
that
that
you
count?
squeeze through.
I suppose
Man,
that
I'm
counts.
sure it all fucking counts.
In reverse.
Every time you do something for the first time, I'm sure it's gonna fucking hurt. But it's just how much do you want to do it? If you really want to do it, I'm sure after a while it won't hurt anymore. But
Let's put it this way, okay? As a virgin of anything, as a girl, obviously I was a virgin at some point, and when it comes to anything for the first time, what you really need to remember, and what they say about anal sex, is that you really need to be comfortable with the person you're with. Now, I'm assuming that you're comfortable with your boyfriend, but you're not very comfortable about the fact that he wants to put it up your butt, which is understandable because you don't know what it's like, but he does it all the time, so kind of you need to reciprocate the thing, right? So he really needs to make you comfortable. Number one, you need to use a lot of lube, okay? He can't just go in there willy-nilly and just bang it in there and like, yeah, this is how it goes, because your asshole doesn't lubricate itself unless you have the runs, in which case that's really foul
gross,
and
man.
disgusting.
Then don't have sex.
So if you want to have anal sex with your boyfriend, get him to lube you up, all right? don't be liberal with the lube. Splash it all over.
Be liberal.
No, sorry, yes. Don't be not liberal with your lube. You splash it all over the place. Get it done.
Get it on the walls.
Make sure you're really aroused. You know what I mean? And you really want to do it. Get him to warm up with you first. I don't know. Maybe put a finger in there first or something. I mean, I don't know how it works really, but sorry.
Should I expect blood like a girl?
Well, I suppose that depends on how big your boyfriend's penis is.
Yeah,
to be fair.
That's really
well, medyo malaki kasi yung titi niya.
Then expect some fucking blood,
So
man.
use a lot of lube. Make sure you're comfortable as fuck, man, and make sure that he warms you up a little bit first. Because hey, if you want to do it for him because he's your boyfriend, then go ahead.
Look, the whole chili dog. What the fuck is that? Gross.
Yeah, how can you avoid the chili dog? Because I usually flushes it with the bidet.
Yeah, I think that's what you should do, man. I think,
you need to be clean. I mean, if you want to do it as well, use condoms too. I mean, unless
you're into the whole
like
scatting thing,
But you know what I mean? Use a condom. Be clean about it. Wash up before you do it. Of course, maybe I don't know. I'm not a gay guy. Okay, I don't do this on a regular basis. So I'm just saying, that if you maybe go to the bathroom beforehand, clean out your system, make sure you're comfortable and ready. You don't want to be uncomfortable and farting and all that stuff on your boyfriend. So make sure you're ready for it. And then
I think the whole point is you're not doing this to just have a one-time thing. If you're gonna try it for the first time, then it's gonna be something that you'd probably want to be doing, over and over again. So it needs to be pleasurable. So find a way to make it fucking pleasurable, man.
Yeah, make it work.
Unless
for
you're
you.
into that whole fucking, ramming shit up things and,
Yeah. Just be comfortable about it.
I have a problem with this. Whenever I get him from behind, syempre, I finish off, diba? And then we remove the condom. Sometimes he wants to go on and suck my dick na after that.
Okay.
And it really creeps me out. I'm not really sure on how I could tell him that.
And then he kisses you after? Yeah! Nasty! Ass to mouth. Woohoo! Good job. Good job.
There's no ass yet. There's no ass.
No, but after he's done banging him in the ass. This is what he said,
Ewan ko lang kung tatanga-tanga lang talaga siya o talagang malibog lang talaga siya.
Baka naman malibog lang talaga. Baka freaky siya na gano'n. Baka naman gusto lang niya na gano'n, okay? So, you can't judge a guy for wanting to do that. Maybe he just likes it dirty. He's a dirty guy. Dirty.
But how can I tell him that I'm not really comfortable sa gano'n?
Okay.
Baka ma-offend siya sa akin.
No. Here's the thing, okay?
You're fucking him up the ass, man. He's not gonna get offended if you fucking say, hey. I think you kind of crossed the fucking...
Yeah, diba? That's the thing with some people, diba? You're already having sex with a person. Kinakantot mo na siya sa puwet, pare. Kung hindi pa kayo komportable maging honest with each other, dude, you've already broken the boundaries of everything else. You need to start talking to each other maybe a little bit, And if he's your partner and you can't be honest with him about how you feel, how are you ever going to have a really meaningful relationship?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks a lot. I'll try to do some of the tips. But do you have any kind of any brand that you could suggest for the lube? Because I'm not really happy with the ones that I'm using right now, the one from 7-Eleven.
What?
Tabasco sauce.
No. You know what a good lube is? Get KY jelly. It's the
Won't that irritate my ass?
What?
Won't that irritate my ass?
KY jelly is totally neutral. It's water-based lubricant, so it really won't irritate your butt. Don't worry.
Okay.
I think you're a little too worried about it. I think you need to just relax and enjoy butt sex with your boyfriend.
Have fun. That's the whole point.
Sex is supposed to be a good time. You're not supposed to be worrying about it. Shit, man. If he wants to put it up your butt, let him. Just make sure he does it right.
Thanks for the advice.
All right.
Basti, by the way, you look really yummy in that black polo. Maybe you could take it off.
Actually, it's blue.
No, you do not want to see me out of this polo, man. It's all man boobs and fucking hair. It's like a disgusting mess.
Whenever you see me.
Wait, imagine this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that.
That's just for you,
I think you need to stop doing it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And you can think about him while your boyfriend is doing you up the butt. How about that? That might help you out a little bit.
Do that.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
Maybe you can sing Halik ni Judas for me. I'll be Judas.
Come to the next show, Pat.
All right, well, thank you for calling. I hope you have great butt sex with your boyfriend. Have great ass sex.
Yeah,
you have a good
some
time.
Awesome ass sex.
All right. Is
he gone? All right.
Bye, Basti. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Before he starts talking about butt sex with Basti.
Yeah, really. I would have nothing to comment on that.
Oh, my Lord.
Be like,
Blah, blah.
Holy shit, you fucking downed that last one I mixed for you pretty fast.
That was kind of a heavy topic. I mean, butt sex with guys, this
Really?
is like reaching into the depths here.
We got another caller? We got somebody else? Who's up? Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
Hi.
who's this?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your
this is
name?
M.
Hi.
Hi, guys. So, here's my question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you're coming in really nice and clear. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
my question is this. Like, how do you stay out of the radar of, like, married guys? Or just, like, simply guys who are taking...
No, you can't. Married guys are pricks, man. They just go around. They're like fucking leeches. They go around everywhere and they just fucking, No, I'm just kidding. You got something?
Oh, no, I was actually about to completely agree with you until you said you were joking. I have this problem all the time, Em, okay? Like, are you talking about the fact that you don't want to be approached by married men anymore? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because...
Oh, I know.
Annoying.
You know what you do? Dress up in a nun's outfit. You're going to have like 3 guys that'll hit on you. I'll be probably one of them. But, it'll shrink down the size. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry. I should shut up.
Yeah, because right now I'm in law school.
Okay.
And I stopped working. So back when I was still working, like there are a lot of married guys approaching me. Like even when I go out, even in my workplace.
Yeah.
And now even in school, I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, I totally feel you, all right? I completely understand the married men approaching you thing. It's happened to me so many times. And people think you're being arrogant, like whatever. People don't, whatever. But yeah, it happens, all right? I've had men with wedding rings on their fingers try and hit on me, okay? And
yeah, exactly.
You know what the problem is, Em, a little bit, is that there are a bunch of girls out there, and I'm sorry, but ladies, there has been a drop in the moral standards
Maria
of women.
Clara is fucking dead. I honestly think that, man. No, I'm serious, man, right?
Yeah, I mean,
there's one or two, but fuck.
There are so many women who are willing because they're so lonely and they don't have anybody else and they think that all the good men are taken and they kind of give up hope that they will make patol to married guys. They fall for the whole I love you, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, a lot of guys get married too young and they're unhappy in their marriages. They want to stray around and all that. But it's just a bad idea in all, suggestions, of all of that crap. It's not a good idea. So pretty much you can't avoid married men hitting on you. I'm sorry, but it's always going to happen. They're always going to lie to you. They're always going to try and make it a way why it's okay for them to be talking to you or hitting on you or holding your hand or trying to kiss you, even though their wife is like in the next room talking to their daughter. So you really, what you have to do is you just have to be really strong about it. And when you find out that they're married, be able to walk away from it as fast as you possibly can because you don't want to deal with that kind of a mess.
Yeah, actually, that's what I do. But there's this one guy who keeps on bugging me. Like, I already ignored his, texts and calls and everything. But he keeps on bugging me. And I just told him to fuck off. And he just won't stop.
Tell him that he needs to go just suck a dick. I don't know.
No.
Tell
Do you
him
have... Okay, so you've already told him no, and he's still pushing himself, and he's still being a prick, right?
Sounds kind of like a creepy guy to me, and you need to run.
Do you have any close male friends?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, like close male friends, right? Then it's time you ask a favor and you say, hey, can you just talk to that guy and say, No.
You know what? Everybody always says that that's a good idea, but every time I have one of my guy friends talk to another guy, they get antagonized. They want to do it a different way. You see them out, and it's even weirder and creepier than the last time you try to have a conversation with them. So what you do is completely ignore him. Don't even talk to him. Don't even give him the time of day, all right? Just ignore him. The creep bag is married. If he's unhappy with his marriage, let him deal with that first and then come to you, okay? But while he's still married, while he's got all this other crap going on, you don't want him to be anywhere near you because it is just drama and it is just a waste of your time. Stay well away from him. If he texts you, delete. If you can change your number, change your freaking number. Don't let this guy have access to you. Don't let him control your life. He's doing something really stupid right now, and he needs to figure his shit out and not get you involved in it.
Yeah, that's what I do. So sometimes I get aloof with other people, but hey, I'm 25. I still want to have a boyfriend. I want to get married. But if I try to be aloof with everybody, how will I meet guys who are single and nice.
You know what I always say? I always say that being nice to everybody is a really good thing. It doesn't matter who they are, if they're married or not. If you're just being a nice person in general, you will attract the right kind of people to you. If they're married or not, you'll find out. But you don't have to be aloof with everybody because then you don't meet anybody. You're right. But if you're nice to everyone, the ones you can filter them out. You know what I mean? You don't have to talk to everybody. You can talk to whoever you want, be nice to everybody, and then the really good ones can still approach you, and the bad ones you can filter out and tell to go to hell. You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Basti. Thanks, Kat.
Thank you. Thanks for the call.
Yeah. Thank you.
What is
got? What? Go ahead.
What is up with that thing, though? Why do married men always do that? You know, I've been approached by so many married guys. I'm like, why the hell did you get married then, fool? You bought an expensive ring for nothing, just for display, and put it on your lady's finger, and now you want to sleep with me? No thanks.
I think the whole thing with married guys is, you know, not all of them, but some of them is like, you know, they think they're getting one package and they don't realize that there's a whole lot of other things that go, you know, with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they miss the whole, you know, oh shit.
The free,
I was a
wild
fucking stallion,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
I was running with the pack and all of that. So, voila. It's basically stupid. Guys, if you're going to get fucking married, know what the hell it's a contract. Know what it's all about because it's pretty serious.
Absolutely.
Because you're not just dealing with yourself, you're dealing with the person that you're planning on sharing that contract with. And God forbid if you're an asshole that you have kids. Because you're not affecting just the person you married, but you're affecting the kids too, you know?
I always say to people as well, like, before you get married or get into a really serious relationship, get shit out of the way. You know, a lot of men...
Yeah, that's the whole dating part.
Exactly.
You get that out of the way, you get the living in. You know, don't jump from dating to marriage.
You know,
fuck that.
That's the thing.
And if you fucking get your girlfriend pregnant, do not fucking marry her. You know?
Yeah, see how it works out first.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you know, being miserable with each other forever with a kid is not a good idea.
It is fucked up, buddy.
Seriously. You need
and there are enough assholes in this fucking world that we don't need to be racing anymore.
Yeah.
We need to be racing good people, not more assholes, because there are too many fucking assholes.
I find also that with married guys, what happens is they see a girl, like, say, with me, what they want about me is that they see...
you.
No, but they see it like, you know, I'm the single girl who's happy-go-lucky, who has a great time, and, you know, is wild,
you
and
know what? You were
that
talking to
passionate
me about
thing,
that.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what they're just looking for something that's like exciting, you know, and different. And, you know, if you've been with somebody for like 10 years or something, syempre, you know, the sparks wear off a little bit and, you know, it gets a little dull and everything. But that's part of being in a relationship, you know, being with somebody else who you think is more exciting. Everything's always greener on the other side of the fence. You married the person for a reason, you know?
We were actually talking about that before. You know, you were saying, oh, I don't know how the fuck I get into these situations. I get into the most awkward situations. And I'm like, I go into it innocent and everything, and all of a sudden there's a guy tugging his fucking dick in front of me, and you know, it's just fucking weird. And because you said that, I was thinking about it. I was like, why the hell is it? You know, what the fuck does she do? And I think that's basically it. It's like, you know, you come off as very cowboy, which is appealing to guys. You come off as, you know, just happy-go-lucky, just game, and you know, and I guess people don't see that. People don't see a weight.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, oh shit, there's no fucking, you know, nothing. Man, this is
free and happy.
Yeah,
and
you know, I'm gonna
yeah.
spread my wings, and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna fucking, you know,
take over the world.
And that's it. Yeah, but no, any fucking relationship you get into, there's always something. There's always a fucking weight.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just how
Depends on
much
what it
you
is.
connect with the person that you're willing to carry that weight for that person. Did I just get so really senti on that?
Maybe a little bit. You're right. But the thing is, usually they want to have sex. You know, if they're looking for somebody else outside of their marriage, usually it's sex that they're looking for, or an emotional attachment that they're not getting from their wives or whatever. So that's why you're supposed to work on a relationship. You have to try and find ways to keep your spark alive and keep yourself interested in each other.
There it is. That's it.
Do we have any other callers?
Yeah,
Are there
we
any
do.
more callers?
We got somebody on Skype.
All right, let's answer a call.
Hello?
Howdy.
Hello, hi there.
Hey, man. What's your name?
Well, I'm Scott, and
Scott, are you holding your nose?
No, not really.
Okay, good.
No, I just have a fucked up voice. Thank you for mentioning that on the
Hey,
air.
just bringing it up.
Hey, Scott, what's up, man? What's the problem?
Yeah. I am gay and I have a boyfriend for 6 years now. And, my question is, how do I get rid of him in a nice way? Because I think we're better off being separated and, living separate lives. Because I know this is just, I just want to be a serious Christian now, and I know that this is not part of God's plan for me.
Whoa, okay, hold on.
I'll tell you something right now. I am not going to deal with the whole Christian part. I think that's a personal choice, whatever it is. I think everybody needs to just be happy in life. I think that is the most important thing. But dealing with whatever you're saying, like you don't want to be with this guy, is it because of this, or is
or
it
you just
because
don't like him anymore?
Yeah, you just don't like him anymore.
Well, I still love him. I still like him, but this is just because I want to get serious with my, being a Christian.
Are you going to become a priest?
No, not really.
So what are you planning on doing? Are you planning on just liking girls?
Do you like
God
women?
Says,
like
or
following
the Bible
God.
says?
No. Do you like women?
No.
You don't like women.
Dude, you're fucked, man.
No.
So why do you think it is that you would have to like women in order for God to love you properly?
Well, I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman because it will
You're
just
gay.
make me miserable. Well, I'm
Yes.
better off being friends with. I could better just be friends with the women. I could.
Okay. So what's your real point here? You want to be single for the rest of your life?
man?
I want to be single for the rest of my life and
just ignore
be
what
happy
your
with
body
God.
wants?
I think I can be happy with God. There are a lot of ways how to be happy with God,
Yes, okay. I totally understand this, all right? And we're going to go into religious territory here, and I don't want to do that. I don't like stepping on people's religious toes. It's not a good thing, okay? But one thing that I always say about people is that you have to be true to yourself.
Correct.
All right? And religion or not involved. Your sexual orientation is something that is very personal to you and is not your choice. It's not because of anything that you did or said that you want to have sex with a man and you like penis, okay? It's not because you chose this path. And I think that it's such a misconception that God will not love you or that you are not carrying out God's plan because you are having sex with a man. I believe that if you are being, number one, a good person, number two, you don't try and hurt anybody, number three, all you show is love to people, and number four, you aim to be a better person in your life and you do good things with your life, that there is nothing wrong with loving someone even if it is a man. Okay, the only thing that you cannot do, and I know that in the Bible it states that being gay is wrong and all of this stuff, but in this day and age, okay, there are so many gay people out there in the world, and they're happy with people that they love. I mean, at the end of the day, what is Jesus all about? Jesus is about love, okay? Love first and foremost. And if you love the person that you are with, isn't that really what God is about? Loving someone, treating someone well, and having a happy life with somebody that you really love? No matter about whether or not they're a boy or a girl. And if you love this guy, it'd be such a shame that because you think that on your religious quest, you believe that you shouldn't be with the person that you love, be it a male or a female. That's such a sad way to live. I mean, who is it that's really judging you? Who is going to say to you that if you stay with this guy, that you're going to go, what's going to happen to you? What's wrong with it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, but I just want to maintain a friendship with him after the breakup. But I just want to end the relationship in a nice way, in such a way that.
Yeah, but you still love him, don't you?
Well, I know he would be hurt, but.
Yeah, you still love him though, don't you?
Well,
yeah, I do.
Okay,
so why do you want to break up with him? What is really the thing? You want to be single for the rest of your life?
He feels like he's not gonna be happy because he wants to prioritize his love of religion and all of that.
Christian to do it. Well, that's my point. Just following God's rule.
Now look,
is it God's plan for you though? Did God say to you, "You're gay, and I don't want you to be a gay anymore"?
Wait, hold on, everybody, keep quiet. Let me just say something real quick, okay? Now, I understand where you're coming from, but I think we got to take it from his point of view, and this is something that he wants to do. So, in other words, this is a step that you need to make for yourself, and I think that you have decided that this is the path that you want to take, right? And you are convinced of that, right? You're not calling us up because you want us to try and talk you out of doing this. You just want to know how the hell to tell the guy that you love, who loves you, this is what you want to do, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Now, you just fucking go up to him and you tell him. That's it. That's the only way. Yeah, man, you just straight up and say it. I have decided. Now you're gonna get some blowback, and hopefully you get a blow job. But before that, but no, sorry, seriously.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry. No, but seriously, man, that's the only way to do it. I mean, the problem with this fucking world is everybody, skirts around corners and everybody thinks about some highfalutin way to do something, or maybe, we should launch a fucking balloon into space to announce something. No, a lot of times it's just communication. Now, if my understanding of your relationship is the way, you sounded pretty genuine, and the way you spoke about this relationship, it sounded genuine to me. So it must be that you have an understanding, and he should understand how you want to go about it. Honestly speaking, if you ask me, I think you're doing it wrong because you only have one life to live. And at the end of the day, when they put the nail in your coffin, everybody should say, that guy was happy. That guy was a happy person when he died. He lived a fulfilled life and he was happy. I think that should be something said for everybody that dies. I think that's the most important thing.
And I believe that unless you have a really personal relationship with God and you think that what God really wants for you is not to be gay, then that's the reason you should do it, not because you think that to be a proper Christian that you need to not be gay. It has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It has something to do with the kind of person, kind of human being that you are.
Yeah.
I think. And Basti said YOLO.
The concept of,
I did?
living life to the fullest,
Yeah.
But are there any words that would comfort him right after I say it straight?
Well, the thing is, he's never going to understand because first and foremost, you still love him and you're leaving him. Nobody is ever going to understand that fully. Because it's a very painful thing to realize that somebody doesn't want to be with you even though they love you still. So no matter what you do, it's always going to hurt him. And if you really want to do what you want to do for these reasons, then you're going to have to leave him alone. Because the more you comfort him, the more he's going to want you to come back and he knows that you love him. And it's going to be very painful.
Yeah,
for him.
no. Fuck that. It's going to be, it has to be a one-time deal where you say your goodbyes and you explain your goodbyes and that's it.
And it's
There's
not
no
up to you.
revisiting the shit because it's going to become fucking the priest and the fucking guy fucking each other in the goddamn room above the church.
Yeah.
Day and end. You just have to get it over with and that's it.
But also, let me just tell you this, okay? There are some people in this world who never get love, okay? Who never, ever find somebody that they love and have a good partnership with. So think about what you're throwing away. All right? Think about the relationship that you have. And I know not for anything else, I respect your choices, but at the same time, think about this. If you really have a partner that you could be with for a long time, don't throw that away. It's a waste. So think about it carefully.
That's true.
All right?
That's very true.
But I just want to be, friends with him.
You can't be friends with him. You can't.
No, she's really true.
You can't.
I mean, she's really right. You can't.
You can't be a friend to somebody who loves you, who you love back, and then just be friends with them. It's not going to work.
Unless, there's some weird thing where, in other words, you can be together alone. No, man.
You're just torturing him. Why would you do that to him?
I don't see it.
Well, I can't love him as a brother.
No, you can't.
Not
because
somebody as a boyfriend.
No,
dude, okay, I'll tell you this.
You
love him as a brother, and
That's
let's
gross.
see if
Incest.
you don't fucking... No, but I'm saying, let's see if you don't have sex.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bet you $100 million.
No. See, because then it's like a challenge.
Money.
You know what I mean? Then it's like a challenge. It's not about that. You probably will have sex if you're still friends again. You still have feelings for him. And if you really are sincere about this not being gay anymore thing and you wanting to be a Christian, you have to stay away from him.
Exactly.
And you will kill him. You will hurt him if you stay around him because he will still be in love with you. This is not, this is somebody's feelings you're talking about. This is love you're talking about. And it's not cheap. You can't just decide that for 1 second you can't be that and you have to be something different and everything changes in a moment and that person has to be okay with it. It doesn't work like that. It's not about your rules. Mm-hmm. After you end it with him, it is his rules. Whether or not he wants to talk to you is completely up to him.
Actually,
it's not your choice.
Right. You're right. Right. You end it, he should be the one to come back.
It is not your choice. You give up that right to say whether or not you stay in each other's lives. You give it up.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to
do? So you think there's no way of being friends again? Like
Nope. Not unless you end it with him. You give him his space and his time to get over you and be who he needs to be. And then he comes back and says, look, I think we can still be friends. It's okay. That's the only time. And you can't even force it on him.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Okay?
Okay, thank
All right,
you.
thanks for calling.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
All righty, bye-bye.
I can totally see what's going to happen.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
That makes me a little bit depressed, to be really
She's going to
honest
call
with you.
him. He's going to call him, or vice versa, and it's going to be like, oh, okay ba?
Right.
Man, that's the way it always works. All right. We'll take, what are we going to do? We're going to do one more commercial break?
Yep,
Yeah,
all right.
we'll do one more commercial break, and then you're going to pick...
Caller of the night? Yep. All righty.
Let's do it.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
There are text friends. Always on call friends. Not just Facebook friends. Bring them all together with Go Only 30 from Globe Prepaid. Go call, go text, go share. For only 30 pesos a day, don't just get a network of friends, go get a globe of them. Go make it happen with Go Only 30. Go lang ng go.
Hey podcasters, Mo here. You ever watch the podcast, right? And you're sitting there and you're looking at our female celebrity guest and you're looking at her skin and you're like, wow, I'd love to have that complexion. Well, your answer is this. Glutamax, the official skin whitening partner of Miss Earth International. Available in capsules, soaps, lotion, deodorant, and face cream. Bikutis Mayaman with Glutamax. It's available in leading drugstores and supermarkets nationwide.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Now we're gonna show you guys the new beta that just came out yesterday. Is God of War Ascension, the private beta
for PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus.
Let's watch it. Right? It's not. It's Enrique playing already.
Yes.
Yep. There you go. And perfect timing. Perfect timing.
But before that, I was kicking ass.
So go with the theme of the show, how not to play.
It's Robot Rice and Friends with Alfonso Martinez, Mickey Han, and Nigel Zalameo. Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. Only here on The Factory.
Hey, Mo Twister here. All right, podcasters, listen up because this is really, really important. Major Homes brings you unique and creative developments, giving you a real chance at a sure, affordable, and hassle-free investment. Invest in your future today. Call 0917-517-4287. Major Homes is here.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Petchay.
Petchay na lang.
Mahaba ang carpet ng petchay. She will start with the petchay.
Oo, parang
if it's
ganun.
kung mahaba yung hair, di ba masakit?
Hindi, ginuputun ko muna ng konti. Tinitrim ko.
Kailangan
trim mo na ang konti.
gupitan muna.
Tsaka pagka kasi yung mga tsaka petchay pala, petchay. Tsaka mga yun naman nakikita ko. Mga yan. Ang palaya ba? Ang palaya. Hindi, na lang. Ay, naman talaga eh.
Upo na lang.
Upo. Alaki naman niya.
Ay, alaki! Ano ba yan? Di ba?
Parang ng kabayo. Parang ng kabayo.
Lintik ng kabayo! Ay, tears
Join your host, Carrots Nazareno, on Live, Love, Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry. Okay, it's coming.
Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
Podcasters, listen up. Big announcement. The Chevrolet Sonic is a dependable 5-seater subcompact vehicle, and it delivers sufficient power, fuel efficiency, refined ride and handling, and a remarkable entertainment system. The Sonic is the perfect Chevrolet vehicle for those who are looking to make their daily city commute or weekend getaway drives more fun and exciting. It comes in 2 great body styles, the 5-door hatchback and a 4-door sedan. Equipped with a new 1.4-liter Ecotec engine with double continuous variable cam phase, that's CVC, the Chevy Sonic provides efficient power and quality driving performance. Now, to further highlight the youthful, sporty, and fun characteristics of the Sonic, Chevrolet has equipped the compact sedan with high-tech convenient features such as Bluetooth connectivity and audio streaming capabilities that are commonly found only on high-trim compact sedans. The Chevrolet Sonic is available at all Chevrolet dealers. It comes with a Chevrolet 5-year warranty, 3-year free roadside assistance, and the services of a 24/7 Chevy hotline.
Hi everybody, I'm Bianca Valeria. I'm Julia Snigowski. I'm Trisha Santanera. And we are the girls of 28. Okay, so you have to be wondering what on earth is 20? Exactly, so find out every Sunday night, 8 to 9. Hang out with us. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun. Girls, boys, food. Okay, books.
Of course you say food.
Of course, yeah. For sure.
But you can call us. We will be giving you a phone number.
We want to talk to you guys too.
Yeah. Eventually the phone number will come.
But since in the meantime we can't figure out the whole podcast thing, we're trying to figure out boys, figure
But we figured ourselves out, so we know what's going on.
Exactly. Okay, anyway, our first podcast is this Sunday at 8.
Yeah.
Please join us because we're all here.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
All right, we're back, and we are at the magic moment where we pick the caller of the night, and we chose Butt Sex.
Butt Sex Guy.
Butt Sex Guy. What?
CJ. Butt Sex Guy, are you there?
We're going to call you Butt Sex Guy for the rest of your life.
Hi, CJ. How are you? Congratulations.
Hey, man. Congratulations.
I'm excited. I really want to win that iPhone.
Yeah, and I really hope that you have some
I hope
great
you don't,
butt sex.
because if you don't, I'm going to take that thing
I'm
home.
going to kiss Basti. And let him touch my ass.
All right.
Okay, let's stop. Let's stop right there.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so how we do is you have to pick a number,
Yeah,
right?
pick a number 1 to 3.
I'll pick number 2.
Number 2.
Drum roll.
Basti, come on, give me that iPhone.
Give me
so that I can touch your ass.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm going to give you, man. Is
With
the
the
fucking
iPhone up the butt. Woo.
Globe tattoo stick. Sorry, buddy.
Globe tattoo
come on.
Hey, what's wrong with you? That's a globe tattoo stick, man. That's cool.
Yeah, but I really want the iPhone.
I
Thank
know
you,
everybody
Globe.
wants the iPhone.
It was
but
in,
you do, you
yeah,
got a
man.
globe
It
tattoo
was in
stick.
number 1. What do you call it? Thank you so much, CJ, for calling and
sharing your butt problems with us.
man, your moment with us.
We always like to know about butt
Thank
problems.
you.
They're great.
Correct.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
Yep. And of course, Kat, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me back again.
I was
had
just
fun
fucking
again.
thinking about the whole thing. Imagine in that first part if you weren't there. Oh my God. Oh, what the hell?
Just you making zombie noises for the
Yeah, exactly, man. To everybody that called and shared your experiences and your moments and all of that, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You know, I know it's not an easy thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To share your problems with us. It's always very personal. And we're so glad you shared them with us. And we hope we actually helped you out and that you go off and have some kind of peace with your problems in your life.
Yeah, man. Fix your stuff.
Somebody sounds like they need us down the street.
Yeah,
Superman
we're going to go
to the
save these
rescue.
people out there.
Yeah.
Kat, anything you want to plug before we go?
Please follow me on Twitter if you can at Kat Alano, and also my band Decibel, which is DECIBELLE on Twitter as well. And our music's coming out at the end of this month. And we're at Time Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays where we do a little bit of a drum and bass jam. So if you guys want to come along and watch, it's always a good time.
It is a good time. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys when we see you guys. And oh yeah, be sure you watch out because we're going to be having a show. What's the title?
I think it's going to be called The Dirt because we're going to be talking about all kinds of dirty stuff. Dirty.
And that'll start sometime April. So everybody, take care and ingat.
Be good.
From Beyond the Box Studios, this Good Times with Mo podcast.
Without Mo.
Without Mo. The podcast. Ingat.
Bye.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, was executively produced by Mohan Gumata, engineered by Miguel Alfindo, and operated by Icon Media Inc.
Special thanks to Magic 89.9. You can follow Mo on Twitter at www.twitter.com/DJ Mo Twister.
Email him at goodtimeswithmopodcast@rocketmail.com.